ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಯರಿಗೆ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿಯರಿಗೆ, ಪೋಷಕರಿಗೆ, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ತಾತಂದರಿಗೆ, ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ PS ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತ, ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇಂದಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಮುಂದಿನ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳು ಎಂದು ನಂಬಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರುವ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹಾಗೂ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ PS ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಿಂದ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಹೊಸ ಹುರುಪು, ಉತ್ಸಾಹ, ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಇಂದಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಉಜ್ವಲ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದತ್ತ ಕರೆದೊಯ್ಯುವ ನಾವಿಕನೇ PS ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ. ಈ ಜ್ಞಾನದೇಗುಲವು ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮ ಯುವಕ ಯುವತಿಯರನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡುವ ಗುರಿ ಹೊಂದಿದೆ. ಇಂದಿನ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನಾ ಸಮಾರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇಂದಿನ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನಾ ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಪದವಿಗಳು ಕೆಳಕಂಡಂತಿದೆ: BBA, BCom, BCom ACCA, BCom SF, B Design, BSc Economics, ವಕಾಲತ್ತು, BA LLB ಆನರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಗೂ BBA LLB ಆನರ್ಸ್, ಮನೋವಿಜ್ಞಾನ, BSc ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿ, ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್, BBA ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನಾಲಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್, BBA ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ, BBA ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಮಾಸ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ಜರ್ನಲಿಸಮ್, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ BCA ಬ್ಯಾಚುಲರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್. ಹೊಸ ಚಿಗುರು ಹಳೆಬೇರು ಕೂಡಿದರೆ ಮರೆಸೊಬಗು ಎಂದ ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ. ಈ ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮನ ಕಗ್ಗದತ್ತ ಸಾಗುತ್ತಾ ನಾವು ಇಂದಿನ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನಾ ಸಮಾರಂಭವನ್ನು ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವೇ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳು. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಉದ್ಘಾಟನಾ ಸಮಾರಂಭವನ್ನು ಶುರು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದರ ನಂತರ 10 ನಿಮಿಷದ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದಾದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಊಟ ಏರ್ಪಾಡು ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾರೆ, ತಮಗೆ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಎಂದು. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಎಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇವೆ. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಫೋನನ್ನು ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವೇ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ನ ಶುರು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Once again, a very warm welcome to the inauguration and orientation of the first year classes UG programs in computer applications, commerce, design, economics, law, management, journalism and mass communication, psychology and performing arts for the academic session 2025-26. A warm welcome and a huge round of applause to all those who are present here. We are going to start the session. The dignitaries are on the way. They'll be here. I request all if we can welcome them with a huge round of applause as they enter the stage. A couple of notifications. If you can please keep your mobile phones on silent mode throughout the session, it would be great so that we can run it smoothly without any hiccups. The inauguration will be succeeded by the orientation, which will happen in 4 different venues. With a huge round of applause, let us welcome the Honorable Chancellor of PES University, Professor D. Jawahar, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of PES University, Dr. J. Suryaprasad, Honorable Chief Operating Officer, Professor Ajoy Kumar, and the Dean of Faculty of Management and Commerce and Advisor to Faculty of Law and Psychology, Dr. Shailashree Haridas. Ladies and gentlemen, Namaste and a very warm welcome to all the dignitaries on the dais, the deans, directors, faculty members, existing students, current new batch of students and the proud parents who have joined here today at PES University. It is indeed a momentous occasion, a major milestone in each of the students' future that is being laid today. As you are stepping into the portals of PES, you are also making a conscious decision to make sure that your future is secured. We know the dreams and aspirations and can even hear the heartbeats of the parents and the students alike today. And believe us, PES is the right place to be. PES University was established in the year 1972 with very humble beginnings by our founder chairman, late Professor Dr. M.R. Doreswamy sir, in the Hanuman Nagar campus in a rented gymnasium with just 40 students. After 5 decades, PES stands tall with 3 campuses across Bengaluru, hospitals, medical college and schools. It has built a rich legacy rooted in academic rigor and industry relevance. Over 5 decades, PES has expanded its footprint across multiple campuses and disciplines alike, including management, commerce, law, psychology, economics, journalism, design, architecture, performing arts, computer applications, engineering, and life sciences. With a strong focus on merit, quality, and values, PES University stands tall among India's top private universities. Our students benefit from a world-class learning environment, highly accomplished faculty members, state-of-the-art infrastructure, and a vibrant culture of research and entrepreneurship. At PES, we don't just educate minds, we empower leaders, problem solvers, and change makers of tomorrow. Today, we are at yet another inauguration and orientation of the first year classes of the UG programs. Let us start the inauguration invoking Almighty's blessings. I invite our 3rd year BBA student from EC campus, Raghuram, for the invocation song.
Saraswati Namostute Sharade Vidya Prade Saraswati Namostute Sharade Vidya Prade Saraswati Namostute Sharade Vidya Prade Saraswati Namostute Karadrita Veena Pustaka करधृत वीणा पुस्तक करधृत वीणा पुस्तक वरमणिमालालङ्कृत करधृत वीणा पुस्तक वरमणिमालालङ्कृत सरस्वती नमोऽस्तुते शारदे विद्याप्रदे सरस्वती नमोऽस्तुते। नरहरिसुत विधिलालित नवमणियुत कंबुगळे नरहरिसुत विधिलालित नवमणियुत कंबुगळे सुरसेवित पदयुगळे सुरसेवित पदयुगळे सुधाकर समदवळे सुरसेवित पदयुगळे सुधाकर समदवळे सरस्वती नमोऽस्तुते शारदे विद्याप्रदे सरस्वती नमोऽस्तुते नमोऽस्तुते।
Thank you, Raghuram, for that melodious rendition. For the welcome address, may I invite Dr. Shailashree Haridas, Dean, Faculty of Management and Commerce and Advisor to Law and Psychology, an alumnus of IIM Calcutta and a gold medalist from the Gokhale Institute of Politics and Economics. She is an institutional builder by profession and an economist by passion. With a huge round of applause, let us welcome Dr. Shailashree Haridas.
Thank you so much. Ellarigu namaskara. Thanks to Raghu, also my student of BBA third year, for a nice beginning of, with the Saraswati Vandana. I'm sure Raghu will have more subscribers on his YouTube channel today. He has his own YouTube channel. Please give him a big round of applause for a nice beginning. It's indeed my great privilege today to address all of you in the beginning of this particular auspicious program as well as day. Shravan Masada Madalane Bhanuvara Ivattu. And we always say that, Sunday is a day where we need to worship all the gods, right? And Saraswati probably, there's a temple which we always feel that, we worship the education here. That's the reason we thought of, praying with Goddess Saraswati in the beginning. For all my students, those who are joining today, congratulations to each one of you for being with the journey, and you have come out of the school days and you are joining the university. A big round of applause to each one of you here. For all my students, those who are joining today. On behalf of PS University, it's my great pleasure to welcome each one of you, students as well as parents. But before I move there, a time, maybe 3 decades before, as far as PS University is considered, when once you see a barren land, a piece of earth, a person who visualized with the great thought process that, a person who visualized the classrooms with full of intellectual discourse, a lot of laboratories with the live experiments, and in and around across the students' community who will be contributing to the mother nation tomorrow. That's Professor Jawahar, our Honorable Chancellor of PS University. I welcome you from the bottom of my heart, sir. Thank you so much for being here. I take this opportunity to give a gratitude that, the platform which PS has created, it has really helped a lot of people. Whichever may be the country we travel, we always find the alumni of PS University, and that's a great strength which we have around the globe too. Welcome you, sir. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Suryaprasad, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of PS University, a leader who is deeply committed to the academic excellence and the holistic development of the students. What PS today, as far as the academic quality is considered, he's a person behind that. Welcome you, sir. Yeah, big round of applause is okay. Joining us today is Professor Ajoy Kumar, who is our efficient and a forward-thinking, the Chief Operating Officer of the university, whose leadership it has always encouraged all of us to move to the next orbit. And he is a great support, a great pillar for PS University. So I welcome you from the bottom of my heart today. The dignitaries, those are on the first row here, all the faculty team, the directors and the deans of the sister institutions, the chief technology officer, Mr. Harsha here. Thank you all for joining, and I welcome you from the bottom of my heart. I also have Professor V. Krishna, who is the Dean of Student Affairs, and the controller of the examination, Dr. Karthik. So all those people are here to witness this particular program. The students, those are joined today. This is a day you are here. Please remember, you are here because of your parents. I repeat, you are here because of your parents. I wish you all go back today and say thank you to your parents loudly. And it's the dedication and the hard work and the compromise of all these years which your parents have given to you. It has made you to be here with the institutions like the PS University. It's not easy for you to get in, as well as, it's not so easy for the parents to make it to this particular level. I'm sure your parents don't need even a single rupee back from you. But what they need or what they expect from all of you is a responsible, committed citizen of India who will build the nation further and who will bring the accolades to them. I'm sure you all are promising that being on the first day here. Can I take a yes from that, from the big round of applause with all of you? To all the parents, those are here, we appreciate and acknowledge the trust and the faith which you have on the PS University. And my entire team is here to help your ward to succeed in their life. Being the first day, when I always say it's a journey for the student from the school to the college life, the university life, I'm sure as a parent, as a mother, as a father, as a guardian, it's a transition for all of us also. Even the parents' journey is shifting from school days of the ward to the university days of the ward, and it's a day which we all cherish this or we remember this in our entire lifetime. I appreciate the faith which you have put, which are kept on the PS University, and I'm sure we will not leave any stone unturned to help your ward to succeed in the life. I welcome each one of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being here. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, ma'am, for that very warm welcome. As we mark this new beginning, we invoke a timeless tradition rooted in Indian culture, the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. I now earnestly invite all the esteemed dignitaries on the dais to do the honors. By this gesture, we seek the blessings of knowledge, prosperity, and positive energy to guide us in all our endeavors at PS University. The flame or the jyoti of the lamp represents the illumination of the mind and the soul.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
Thank you. The Vice Chancellor of PES University, Dr. J. Suryaprasad, is an engineer by profession and an administrator by passion. His journey has been in sync with the PES journey, and as a teacher, as an administrator, and a researcher, he is the person who steers the academic activities at PES meticulously, methodically, and committedly. We warmly welcome Dr. J. Suryaprasad, Honorable Vice Chancellor of PES University, for addressing the new batch of 2025-26. Let's have a huge round of applause.
Thank you, Madam. Ellargu namaskara. Very good morning. At the outset, dignitaries on the dais, our Honorable Chancellor, Professor D. Jawahar, Chief Operating Officer of PES Institutions, Professor Ajoy Kumar, Dean of Faculty of Management and Commerce, Advisor to the Law and Psychology Program at PES University, Dr. Shailashree Haridas, Chief Technology Officer of PES Institutions, Professor Harsha Chaturvedi, Chief Examination Authority of the PES University, Professor Karthik, Dean of Student Affairs, Professor V. Krishna, Dean of the Design, the Director of the Design Department, the Chairperson of various programs of study who are present here this morning, my faculty colleagues, the batch of 2025 entering the portals of PES University, and also the proud and anxious parents present here, not just in this auditorium, but across auditoriums present in PES University. Inauguration and orientation is one such event which Professor D. Jawahar started about close to 3 decades ago in PES. What started as a very small activity, a confidence-building activity, has been institutionalized, and today there's no program that starts without the inauguration and orientation. This is not just an event to just welcome the new entrants, but also to share about a few things about the know-how of how the university works. All the stakeholders in the education spectrum are present in this, not just in this auditorium, but on the campus of PES today. Of course, mainly students, parents, faculty, management, all these 4 pillars make it very, very critical for the success of every individual present. So amongst the many things that Professor Jawahar started, this is one such. And the very purpose is to ensure that we are all able to start off on the same platform, where communication is going to be very key. Just a couple of myths that I would want to, because the time that's allocated for me is 10 minutes, so I need to ensure that I optimize my time here, but at the same time, ensure that I communicate to the best that's going to be possible. The students would have heard, and parents would have also maybe taken a decision telling that either the student says, I'm joining PES, or the parent says proudly that my ward is joining PES. But at the same time, if you ask them why, they would always say, PS is very strict. So I would want to kind of understand what this strict word means to each one of us. If you are here and your purpose is to gain knowledge from the best who's going to be there in the field, and that happens in a classroom, and if your ward is not in the classroom and we ask, why are you not in the classroom? And that is strict. Yes, we are strict. We don't have an option, right? You pay the fees, you're here to learn from the best, but you're not in the class. That's where it happens. So we're going to ask you, why are you not in the class? Why are you absent? And you say that's strict? Yes, we are strict. We ensure that we teach not just the content of today's, but want to ensure that you're going to be equipped for tomorrow. And we try and ensure that we do not leave any stone unturned. Getting the best of people here, the best of curriculum that's going to be there. And if you don't do very well in your exams, we ask you why. If that's strict, yes, we are strict. And we have to be strict there. It's not that we don't accept failures. The most difficult thing in PS that could happen to anybody, any student is to fail. It's very hard to fail in PS. If you're telling us, maybe a Vice Chancellor is telling, it's very hard to fail in PS means to say they're going to give easy degrees. Please don't be under the misconception. When I say it's very difficult to fail, that means to say you do your task that's been assigned to you every day. Day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. You're not just going to be good in the subject that which you are, but also as a person. You're going to be so very evolved. You're going to be disciplined. You're going to be dependable. And you will be able to contribute something worthy, not just for yourself, your family, but to the nation at large. To ensure that you become that worthy person. When we don't leave any stone unturned, yes, we are strict that way. Strictness is going to be very, very critical to understand what is it that's being done in PS. If there is a timetable, if there is a curriculum, if there is an examination, it needs to happen on that particular time and day. That's very, very critical for us. Conformance to the activities that happen on campus is very important. If we are not disciplined, we cannot expect our students or our major other stakeholders to be disciplined either. That's the reason why we are kind of strict. But some people also kind of get confused between strictness and look at us to be a correction facility. We are not a correction facility. It so happened just a few years ago, a parent came to my office and said, "Sir, ನೀವು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ 2-wheelers ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್." ಏನು ಸರ್ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಲಿ 2-wheeler ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್. It took me a while to understand what is this parent telling me. I said, see, there are different modes of communication. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರು ಒಂದೊಂಥರ, ಒಬ್ಬರು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಟೋಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕೆ ನೀವು 2-wheeler ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು 3 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದ ಮನೇಲಿ ರಾಧ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಸರ್. ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಗಲಾಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ 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 ಒಂದು 2-wheeler ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಸರ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ನು. ನೀವಾದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ತಗೊಂಬರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅವನು. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ. If you are not able to correct your ward and you expect us to do that, please don't forget that we are partners in this, trying to ensure that your ward is going to be someone worthwhile for the nation or as a citizen for this human race that's going to be there. So you can't just, recuse yourself telling that this is not what we are going to do. It's the role of the university to do this. If your son or a daughter is going to come to you and tell you, "ಅಮ್ಮ, ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದುಡ್ಡು ಬೇಕು." And as a parent, if you give the money, you have just been a mere facilitator. But as a parent, if you tell them, Sanjay 7 ಗಂಟೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡು, you're a responsible parent. As a parent, you tell, ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, means to say you're a concerned parent. ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ, super concerned. I think that are those fundamental questions that we need to ask and not hesitate to ask our wards. These questions are going to be asked over and again in PES in various dimensions. When I say various dimensions, this is one of the activities that our founder, Professor Doreswamy, championed this, and he wanted this to be done across every educational institution in the country, that is mentorship. Every student is assigned a mentor, and it is mandatory in our university, wherein the mentor talks to the student on a regular basis. It's not on a need basis, but on a regular basis. It's important that we connect with each other, not just look at, oh, done very well, you got 9.0, fantastic, very good, academically doing very well, but if you take a look at it, socially and otherwise, they are so very stressed and they don't know how to handle it. If they are good, not just academically, but maybe in sports or some other extracurricular activity, if we as a university are able to provide that platform, I think that's what's going to be mentorship. These are things that are very critical in the DNA of PES University. That's what makes it different. The very purpose of having this orientation is also to ensure that all stakeholders are aware about what it is. And even during this particular event, academically, someone who's very good, your very purpose that you have joined here is to do well academically. But the university ready to recognize that academic accomplishment by giving you Dr. MRD scholarship or Dr. C.N.R. Rao scholarship, wherein 50% of the tuition fee is going to be returned back if you are there for 1 year completely, both the semesters, or 25% in each semester, is something phenomenal. Why should a university do that? I think we are one of those very unique universities wherein more than 15 crores per year is given out as scholarships for students, and this is purely based on merit. While we want you to do the best that's going to be possible as a university, we continue to encourage to do that. But again, having said that, please don't join into that rat race. The moment you get into that rat race, you forget being human beings. We all want human beings to graduate from PES, not the ones who are going to be in this rat race. The reason why I tell you is, try and be the better person who you are from yesterday to today, and plan that you're going to be the best tomorrow. And let that journey continue to be there. Use all the facilities and features what PS University has got to offer to ensuring that you can further your careers with the cooperation of what's going to be available. Again, extend a very warm welcome to the batch of 2025, to the portals of PS University. Let the pride of PS be with all of us, and God bless us all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for those insightful words. Merit, as our Honorable Vice Chancellor mentioned, has always been the building block of PES, where students are accepted on merit basis and their hard work in academics and co-curriculars are recognized and rewarded throughout their journey at PES. Since 1991, PES has given the prestigious MRD scholarships and the CNR scholarships to the top 20% of the students every year, and over 10,000 students have collectively benefited from these scholarships, exceeding almost 100 crores. A huge round of applause for that. Which is a clear demonstration of the dedication of our Honorable Chancellor, Professor D. Jawahar, to empowering talented students. It is now time to applaud these students who have topped their classes last time. I request all the dignitaries, Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Chief Operating Officer, and the Dean to jointly give away the MRD scholarship to the students. First, is Ms. Dhruti A from B Design. She has scored a CGPA of 9.89 and has won the MRD scholarship for the June 2025 exams. Congratulations, Dhruti. Next is Ms. Anviksha Shakti Natarajan from 6th semester BA LLB with a CGPA of 9.06. Congratulations, Anviksha. Next, we have Ms. Deekshita from 4th semester BBA, again with a CGPA of 9.45. Congratulations, J. Deekshita. Next, we have Shreya Paul from 4th semester BBA with a CGPA of 9.39. I think the applause should continue. It's a great achievement. Next is Ms. Manasa K with a CGPA of 9.39 from 2nd semester BBA in Business Analytics, who is securing the MRD scholarship for this semester. We have Ms. Saida Fatima from 4th semester BBA Business Analytics with a CGPA of 9.13, securing the MRD scholarship this year. Next, we have Ms. Tarunika from 4th semester BBA Hospitality and Event Management with a CGPA of 9.8. Great achievement, Tarunika. Next, we have Raghavendra Kamurthy from 2nd semester BBA Sports Management with a CGPA of 9.17. Congratulations, Raghavendra. We next have Jayansh G. Jain from 2nd semester BCA with a CGPA of 9.57. Jayansh G. Jain from 2nd semester BCA with a CGPA of 9.57, securing the MRD scholarship this year. Next, we have Ramya P from 2nd semester BCom with a CGPA of 9.04. She is also securing the MRD scholarship. Congratulations, Ramya. V. Sanjay Prasanna Simha from BCom ACCA 2nd semester, securing the MRD scholarship with a CGPA of 9.43. Congratulations. Next, we have Daksh SS from 2nd semester BCom CMA with a CGPA of 9.68, securing the MRD scholarship this semester. Congratulations, Daksh. Let the applause continue, please. Next, we have Ms. Shreya Chandramouli from 2nd semester BSc Economics Honours with a CGPA of 9.66, securing the MRD scholarship. Congratulations, Shreya. We also have Nidhi Suresh from 2nd semester BSc Psychology, securing a 10 CGPA. 10 CGPA. And securing the MRD scholarship this semester. Last but not the least, we have Advita Mahesh from 4th semester BBA LLB with a CGPA of 9.05, securing the MRD scholarships. Congratulations to all the winners and the proud parents. We expect that in the next inauguration, some of you from the crowd will be receiving and your juniors will be witnessing the same and inspiring. Next is the most awaited address of the day, the presidential address of our Honorable Chancellor, Professor D. Jawahar, a visionary leader, a champion of quality education, a stickler for perfection for all that we do at PES University. Before inviting him over for the presidential address, we would like to relay a short film on the life and work of Professor D. Jawahar. I request my technical team to kindly relay the film. A very warm welcome to Professor Jawahar Doreswamy, the Honorable Chancellor of PES University, Bangalore, Karnataka. Professor Jawahar completed his MS in Mechanical Engineering from Texas A&M University, preceded by his BE in Mechanical Engineering from Bangalore University. As Chancellor, Professor Jawahar Doreswamy provides leadership to PES University with a strong emphasis on quality education, KPI-driven management, and the establishment of centers of excellence, notably including the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center and the PESU Venture Labs. His commitment to recognizing and rewarding academic merit has been a cornerstone of his leadership. Since 1991, over 10,000 students have collectively benefited from scholarships exceeding 100 crores, a clear demonstration of his dedication to empowering talented students. This consistent focus on student success has positioned PES as an inspirational institution for learners across the nation. Professor Jawahar Doreswamy is widely recognized as a proponent of total quality education initiatives and the Spirit framework for sustained institutional growth, which he champions as the spirit of PES, focusing on students, process, identity, research, infrastructure, and teachers. He also advocates strongly for the strategic integration of technology in teaching, learning, assessment, and governance. Throughout their collective endeavors, Professor Jawahar and his dedicated team at PES have consistently exemplified the core virtues of PES: perseverance, excellence, and service. With over 3 decades of experience, he has overseen the growth of PES institutions, pioneering modern educational practices, research initiatives, and strong industry-academia collaborations. Under his leadership, PES University has achieved top private university rankings, launched student-built satellites, ISRO and DRDO. Furthermore, Professor Jawahar Doreswamy's entrepreneurial background includes founding the e-learning company Ajoy Technologies, which was subsequently acquired by the Pearson's Group. His significant contributions to the field were acknowledged with the AIMO IIPE Excellence Award in 2006 from the All India Manufacturers Organization and Indian Institution of Production Engineers. Starting early and dedicating his 35 plus years to PES and its students, Professor Jawahar's ideas and vision have inspired thousands of students and parents alike through his prolific and charismatic orientation addresses. We are profoundly honored to extend a warm welcome to Professor Jawahar Doreswamy, the Honorable Chancellor of PES University. Huge round of applause. Let us welcome our Honorable Chancellor for yet another inspiring address for the incoming batch of 2025-26.
Good morning. At the outset, it's my pleasure to address you all today. This was a surprise, the introduction that I had. I never realized that I'd become so old after seeing those photographs. And 35 years is a very, very long time in this journey. Brought back a lot of memories. As I was coming into the campus today, there are a few things that I could recollect. In the early years when I came back in 1991, there was no ring road. That's where the journey started. To get into this particular campus, we had to go through a small side road, and it was all mud there, and to get into a campus like this was a challenge. And hardly anybody knew that there was a college called as PES in this part of town, and that's where the journey began. And I still remember Ajoy sent me a message in the morning saying that go and have a look at the MRD block today. So I still remember very fondly this N number of orientation programs we did in the MRD auditorium, which was our favorite hotspot for doing anything significant. That was a place wherein eminent personalities like Abdul Kalam gave a speech in that particular place before he became the president of our nation. People like Narayan Murthy, Infosys, all these people were giving their convocation addresses in that particular place. And we felt that that was a place which people could talk about when they come to PES. The library that we had in that place, that was during the Silver Jubilee celebrations, we had all these things happening. So the library, the MRD Student Center, the MCA classrooms, were all those things we got very excited about. So those were kinds of creations that happened before better people joined PES. Let me take some time to compliment some of the people who are on stage with me today, who are the better people who joined PES after those initial days. Dr. Suryaprasad, one of the early entrants into the PES ecosystem, who is on our stage today, the Vice Chancellor of the university, was doing very well for himself, very happy with his family in California, working in Cadence. And lo and behold, I'll land up at his place and tell him that he has to relocate to India. Very few people would have accepted that particular offer. He was gracious enough to accept the offer and join the PES team way back when the PES Electronic City campus came up. He never asked me any questions even then to say that why should I join you. He just said that if you think that I'm going to be making a difference and you want me to be the part of the team, I will come. Before he joined, he came to the Electronic City campus, I think in 2004. I showed him that barren land there. I said, there will be a building that will happen in the next 1 year's time. A new college will start here in 2005. And I want you to head that particular campus. With whatever faith that he had in the PES group and the commitment that we had demonstrated in the past, he agreed to join us. And then that is how he started his journey in PES. It is second stint in PES. If there is something that we can learn from people around us, I think he is one of those people who has been one of the pillars of PES in terms of where we are today. A round of applause to our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Suryaprasad. Following him, in the sense that was Professor Ajoy Kumar, a year later. Ajoy was supposed to come back with me in 1991. 1991 is when we are both roommates in the US. I graduated and I didn't think I'll get a job in the US, so I came back to India. No, it was basically because my father was not an engineer, but he was a very passionate education builder, and in the sense that we had started this engineering college, which needed direction. The first batch of students were graduating from the portals of PES in 1992. And I had the opportunity to be there from the initial days to contribute with whatever knowledge and skills that I had from my US experience. Professor Ajoy Kumar continued to work in various firms in the US, led a lot of organizations, worked in Fannie Mae for a long time, was the Vice President of Ernst & Young Technologies, and then 2006, in the sense that, again, I told him it is enough. He has served US for a long enough time. It's high time that he comes back and makes a contribution out here. The reason why this is very important is that these guys need not come back to India. They had wonderful opportunities wherever they were. And they decided that there is something that they can contribute in a big way. So some of the things that you would see today in the campus, this beautiful auditorium that we are enjoying today, while in the sense that the brain behind this particular auditorium is Ajoy Kumar. The 1,700 capacity auditorium that we are all enjoying today is because of him. The renovated MRD complex is because of him. The new library complex, the new MBA areas, the new psychology department, the new law school, every single place, if you walk the corridor, I would say that the contribution of Ajoy is going to be felt by each one of you. That has been his role. All that I can say is being a chief operating officer, maintaining this high-end digital infrastructure that we already have, the amount of television screens that you see in this institution may be more than 1,000, okay? The back-end number of video cameras that are there in this campus, the data center that we have, the monitoring that goes on for academic activities. There's so much intricacy in what goes on. Quite a few IT companies would not have the kind of infrastructure that we have in PES to manage the activities that we do. And I sleep at peace every night knowing that the person managing this is Mr. Ajoy Kumar, the Chief Operating Officer of PES. If there's a man Friday, it's only this. I only need to call up Ajoy. Ajoy, just go fix it. I don't even know what the hell is happening out there, and it gets fixed. It requires a certain different kind of an ability and capability to handle this multiple tasks that are going to be there in different domains with whatever is the level of complexity. And that is where, in the sense that having people whom you have worked with in the past, whom we can trust, and who can take it forward is very, very important. The latest addition to our family is Dr. Shailashree Haridas. I mean, I have never seen anybody who is more hardworking than Dr. Shailashree Haridas. That coming from me after 35 years of experience is something. The amount of time that she spends on campus in making things happen is unbelievable, unbelievable. I am always afraid of how far she will push the bar. I was supposed to be one of those people pushing the bar higher year after year, but I am from the old school. I push the bar at 2% per annum. Then we have Ajoy, who wants to push it at 10% per annum. And you have Shailashree Haridas, who wants to push it at 20% per annum. So that's a hard task. So I now decided it is good time for me to take the back seat and let these people run this program the way they want to run it. And I'm sure during the orientation program, you'll all know what's in store for you. I had this onerous responsibility of directing the institution, introducing the orientation program for the first time in engineering institutions in 1991. In 1991, the orientation program would be a small activity, a chief guest, generally a politician in the neighborhood, and then maybe the education minister or the education secretary would come. They would give some gyan regarding what we should do as an organization, light the lamp, give a few awards, and that was the inauguration. We added a component to it in 1992. Post that inaugural activity, we also did a small activity which was more in terms of orienting to students regarding what to expect in the program that we run. In those days, I still remember the first orientation program in PES was conducted in the drawing hall in the mechanical engineering block, which no longer exists. That was where the first orientation took place, and the number of students who could be accommodated in that particular hall was a maximum of 250 students. Today, I was told that there are 3,500 people simultaneously participating in this orientation program in 4 different halls in this campus itself. And all of this seamlessly and trying to ensure the quality of experience across all these halls are going to be similar to what we are experiencing in the main hall. There is no reason why we have said that somebody should sit here and somebody in other departments. It's based upon the size of the departments, the resources have been allocated for this activity to happen. So all that I can say is, as a Chancellor of the university, for the first time I am referring to myself as the Chancellor of the university, because till the last year, my dad was doing this particular job. Walking into this particular campus felt very, very different for this orientation, in the sense that the garden, the trees have grown a lot more than last year. That's what I could see as I came in. The campus was a lot more cleaner. MRD Center was looking really nice, in the sense that I was wondering, for at least old time's sake, we should have had this inauguration there itself, and maybe not in this particular hall. So that was a nice feeling that was there, to have a look at that particular place. I could see the energy in the hall, the number of students, the parents were very eager to what goes on here. It's all exciting for us to have so many more students, so many more aspirations, and so many goals that each one of you have in terms of where you want to go in life. It puts an onerous responsibility in each one of us. I'm sure during the orientation program, Ajoy is going to be covering a lot of key performance indicators that we measure, the activities that are going to be done, the rigor in which how it is going to be done, how it's going to be supervised. I will not get into this. I was very happy when our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Suryaprasad, talked about mentorship, which was something that is the new vocabulary that we are using in the campus to make sure that there is a better engagement that is going to be there between the student and the faculty on campus. So that's one good thing that has happened. At least 4 times in a year, students will meet a faculty mentor one-on-one, and in terms of parameters that has already been assigned to them, some supervision is going to be done for all the faculty in various programs. It's not going to be the same for all students in all programs. It will be varying from program to program. The second thing that I want to emphasize today is on what we call as graduating outcomes. This is very, very important to us. As an institution today, we are measuring every department by this single parameter, which we call as graduating outcomes. Whenever a student joins PES, regardless of the program he or she is joining, there are 5 possible outcomes that can happen to you. 1, at the end of the 3-year journey, you could get a job. At the end of the 2-year journey, 3-year or 4-year journey, you could be a part of a higher education institution. The third thing that can happen to you is that you could be an intern in some place about to get a conversion into a job. There could be some delay in your internship module, and that's the reason why it is not converted. The fourth thing that could happen to you is you become an entrepreneur or you're a part of family business. The fifth thing that can happen to you is nothing good has happened to you. So one is we want to make sure that the fifth outcome is something that we are not very happy with. The first 4 outcomes is what we try to work towards making happen. Every departmental chairperson is asked that question. Every mentor is asked that question. And every time we have a meeting, we only ask about the graduating students. Mentorship should result in a positive graduating outcome. That's what we are pushing for. Who have you mentored? What has happened to them? Once we start pushing this agenda forward as an institution, a lot of good things will happen. So many a times when people say, how can good things happen to somebody? How can these 4 outcomes happen to somebody? Is there a very simple way by which you can tell us, sir, what should we do so that these 4 outcomes are going to be happening to us? Then we have come up with this new thing that I've been articulating off late. All of us know about HMT watches, right? All of us know about this. So simple thing is, as an acronym HMT itself says, we are talking about hard work. Simple thing, nothing changed. What was true in 1991 and what is true now in 2025. Your ability to work hard is going to be a key differentiator. The rule that I am now articulating is 4 hours of study per day, not in the classroom, outside the classroom on a working day, and 8 hours study a day on a non-working day for the number of years you are going to be spending in PES. If you do that, definitely one of the 4 outcomes will happen to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Simple formula, not very, very complicated. 4 hours study every day on a working day and 8 hours on a non-working day. If you follow that, there is no reason why every one of you, regardless of the program that you are studying in, cannot get one of the 4 positive graduating outcomes that we talked about. Now, that is very easy for people to say that I can do it. You ask your seniors, they will tell you it is very, very hard to do 4 hours every day and then 8 hours every non-working day. And if you are able to do that, good things will happen to you. Trust me when I say that. Just do that. And that's what I ask the mentors. Before you start the meeting, please ask them the question, how many hours did they study since we last met? Because if your results are not coming, the results are not coming because you're not studying. Talking about your results without talking about the effort that you have put in does not make any sense. Correct? So you're not studied, your results are not happening. So if you say, sir, ನಾನು ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಓದಲಿಲ್ಲ? You could have studied, right? Nobody is stopping you from studying. Please start studying, and then automatically good things are going to be happening to you. The second thing that we want to make sure that we are going to be contributing to is the M in the acronym that we're talking about is understanding money. Finance. Most places in the world, when you turn the age of 18, when you join a university, your parents will request you to fend for yourself. Correct? They will ask you to go take loan from the bank and then pay for your education, get a job, get out of the house. That's what they send you. That's what they tell you. But in India, our parents are very kind. They don't do that to you. They pay your fees. They'll ask you, your breakfast chanagitta antanu keltar nimge. And they'll make sure that every single luxury is going to be given to you so that you are going to be successful in your journey ahead. So, a simple thing that we want to start doing to our students is, in the meeting with the mentor, the second question that is going to be asked after academics is about finance. So, they will ask you the question saying that, how much money do you owe your parents? You'll be wondering, what is this question? Why should they ask this question? Even my parents don't ask this question. This question is to say, all money that you have received from the age of 18 onwards is considered loan. Your fees that you pay, the pocket money that you take, the vacations that you take, any cost that is on your head of account, is deemed to be loan from your parents, which should be at least calculated at an interest rate of 6% per annum. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? 6% per annum. I'm not talking about bank loan. I'm talking about bank deposits. In case if your parents had not invested this money, the least amount of interest that their money would have earned would have been 6% per annum. So I'm asking people, please ask this question. Tell them management has given this direction. We have to ask you this question. So you are, in fact, in this dashboard, I have told the IT team, you should make it an Excel sheet. It should say month of August, how much expenditure. Month of September, how much. Every month it will tell. Before you start, the fees that is paid, already it is there in our records. It will transfer the fees. So much fees already paid on that day. Meter is already on, by the way. Do you understand what I'm saying? The day your fees was paid, the meter is already on. It's already working. Every month it will tell the number now. When you meet the faculty, they are going to ask, how much money have you taken from your parents in the last 30 days, last 60 days? And that will be added up. Because you only would have said that amount. I have taken so much money. And then in the sense that it will again add on the interest. Interest is going to be cumulative rate of interest at 0.5% per month. Because 6% per annum, right? So 0.5% per month is what? Because sometimes students even don't know what is cumulative rate of interest. What is 0.5% per month? So once we start articulating this particular thing, then automatically the value of money is going to be understood by our students. I will tell you this, it is a very important learning that nobody in the country is talking about. A lot of students think money comes from money plants. Our parents have got this, I would say, enormous appetite for giving us as much money as we want. Where will they get it? What is your contribution to the money that has been earned by your parents? I don't even know. So then, the next thing that we are trying to tell is, we are also building another counter. How much money have you earned while you are there in college? People are there in college for 3-4 years. What are the mechanisms that we are going to be creating for you to earn money within the campus? That's another thing that we are going to measure. If you are in the top 5% of the class, 50% of the tuition fee that you are paid is going to be returned back to you. There's an opportunity for you to earn. How can you earn that money? If you study hard, automatically you will earn that money. If you are in the next 20% of the class, 40% of the fees that you are paid is going to be given back to you. So again, what is required to earn that money? You have to study hard. Then there are so many activities that are there wherein you can volunteer on campus, by which you are going to be given allowances, which you can earn from that. Then there are going to be internships that you're going to be doing in various centers for excellence in your final year, for which you're going to be paid a stipend. At least 10% of our students graduate from the portals of PES with their expense being zero. The entire cost is recovered by activities within the campus itself. Don't you think that's a good target for you to have within this particular ecosystem itself? In case you are going to be utilizing all these opportunities, things can happen. So I think, how do you get into those positions? The door opener for you to get those opportunities that are there is to make sure that you start getting these awards, like the CNR award, the MRD awards, the distinction awards. All these things are multiple means by which you can get recognition. Another thing that we have also seen in terms of doing this on a regular basis is most of the students, why most? 100% of the students who get these awards are the first ones to get jobs. 100% of the students who get these awards are the first ones to get a job. And these are the ones who are also taking up leadership positions in various organizations that we have come across. So that's the reason why we have this event when we recognize the most meritorious ones with these awards, so that everybody else is going to be inspired and say that, hey, I want to be the next person getting in there. PES has never believed in the policy saying that you have to give one person the award. The topper gets one gold medal. No. 25%, because such good students come to PES, it is unfair that if you're going to be recognizing only if there is one good person we have in the organization. 25% of the class, 1 in 4 out of you are going to be an awardee. What should prevent you from doing this? Trust me, the amount of competition that is there in your classrooms, regardless of whichever program we are running, is very, very high, because every student wants to get that award. Dr. Suryaprasad was very kind in terms of trying to say that we spent 15 crore rupees last year. Just a small correction, including the stipends and the internships amount that has been cleared. Last year, our bill is 32 crores worth of scholarships has been dispersed. Last year alone. And this year, this is our 50th year celebration is over. My target is, please give away 50 crores. Give away 50 crores. I have no problem. Performance oriented only. Increase the scholarship that is going to be given to PhD students. Increase the scholarship given to MTech by research students, the postgraduate students. The idea that is there is every performance has got to be recognized. It should be recognized to the point where it hurts. That is very, very important. This is the character of the university. Get people to work for it. Make sure that you incentivize them, you motivate them. That is how they're going to become better citizens. So that is the second parameter. The third parameter that we talked about in HMT is in terms of time. How you manage time is very, very important. There is only 24 hours in a day. There are only 365 days in a year. There are only so many years that we're going to live. You can't buy back time. To say that I will postpone something that I'm going to be doing by a day or two will never work. What you got to do today has to be done today. Even today morning when I was coming, my only anxiety that was there was, I have to start this event on time. It doesn't matter if everybody is there in the hall or not. I have to start it at 10:30. Why is it so important? If I come 10 minutes late, and there are 3,500 of you waiting in various auditoriums, what is the amount of time that I have wasted? It's a horrible loss. I tell the same thing to our faculty members also in campus. If you go 10 minutes late to a class, there are 60 students in the class. That means to say 600 minutes are lost, or 10 hours is the time loss that we have. And that's the reason why we don't move students from class to class. We ask the faculty to move from class to class. In most universities in the world, students move from class to class. But here we say your classroom is assigned. The faculty will move into your room because that is how the quality of experience is going to be the best as possible. Trust me when I say this, quite a lot of work goes in the background before we even execute and do things the way we present our case. And you got to kind of give it time to sink in. Somebody has applied their mind. So many years of experience has gone into trying to make sure that your quality of experience is going to be better. Start getting the benefit of it. Trust me when I say this, you will not find more dedicated faculty than the ones that we have in PS University in any place in this country. No way. 100%. Each one of them have put in so much thought and effort to try and see that the quality of your experience is going to be better. And you got to leverage that. They're working with you as a team. Your parents, our faculty, the management, we are all the people who are only here to make sure that you are going to be successful in life. We don't have another purpose. So managing time is very important. So when it comes to time, I need to put in a context to it. Most of us say we are studying so hard in PS and in the sense that they make us do so many activities. Let me tell you this, a small secret which nobody is telling you. The maximum amount of time that any student spends in a classroom activity in PS per week is only 24 hours. In the classroom, in either a theory class or a laboratory wherein it is supervised, is not more than 24 hours in a week. If you have a holiday on a Saturday, on a weekday, we don't compensate on a Saturday or a Sunday. Your Saturday and Sunday is off. So only working days are going to be this way. So 24 hours a week means 1 day in a week, correct? The timetable has been designed in each semester. There are only 13 working weeks. So 13 weeks means 13 days, correct? So 1 day in a week, 13 weeks is 13 days. You have 2 test weeks and 1 final examination. So let's say that's also equivalent to 14 days, 15 days, 16 days. 16 days in one semester, 16 days in another semester is what? 32 days. 32 days out of 365 days is how we formally engage with you. It is 8.67% of the time. No university in the world engages in a formal classroom environment for more than 10% of the time. 90% of what you become in life is because of you yourself. We are just catalysts. All the time people say that I became great because I'm in PS or I went to MIT, I went to Stanford. Trust me, no, you are giving too much credibility for the institution that you are a part of. You are what you are because of 90% of what you do. Institutions are incidental because you'll suddenly realize, sir, is that so? What am I doing for the rest of the 90%? You got to tell me. You are sleeping, you are eating, you are traveling, you are entertaining yourself. This is what you are doing. And even this 10% now, you can learn it electronically. What does it mean? You don't even need to do that. Today, they are talking about certifications that can happen to you without even attending classes. Why do you think we stay in business? Because you are so lazy that you don't do all the things unless somebody is supervising you. So the challenge that is going to be there is with this abundant amount of resources that are going to be available, how can you make this work for you? So institutions are all about networking. It's not just what happens in the classroom. What happens outside the classroom is even more important in terms of how you develop. I can learn from all the people on the stage. You should be able to learn from the other 59 in your class. Who are the other people? What are their attributes? What is good about them? What is lacking in me? This is learning that happens. How many hackathons do you participate in a year? How many CXO talks do you participate in? How much time do you spend in the library? What kind of projects have you done? What's the amount of time that you have spent in the recreation center? All these things are going to become very, very important in terms of talking about a holistic personality of a student who's a part of the program. So, making sure that the time that you use, all that I'm trying to say is, hey, if you have planned 10% of your time in a classroom activity, can you give us 10 more % of your time to make sure that you are a better individual? And that should happen outside the classroom. If you're going to be rushing to say that I need to run out of this particular campus as soon as it is over, not the way to do it. How many CXO talks are you going to be participating in? I want to attend at least 10 CXO talks a year. I want to participate in at least 6 hackathons in a year. I need to spend at least 100 hours in the library in a year. I want to spend at least 6 hours in the recreation center in a week. These are the kinds of targets that you need to set for yourself. In the world of the future, they're saying that people are going to live longer. It's going to be the world of abundance. If that is the theory that is there, how are you equipping yourself for longevity? Your health has got to be in good shape. People having heart attack at the age of 30, why does that happen? Why is your stress level so high? Because of your habits. So I come to the second layer of HMT. First layer, we talked about hard work, we talked about money, and we talked about time. The second layer, which is in deep, one is your habits. Good thing that you would have learned today is that if you come early to the campus, you get better parking slots. Correct? Life is very simple. If you get up early in the morning, a lot of good things will happen to you. Because if you get up early in the morning, you have to go to bed early in night. All bad habits you will not get because of that. Getting up early in the morning is a very good thing to happen to every youngster. So please make sure that every time when you want to get into the metro station also, why should it be the last metro? Why cannot it be the metro that 15 minutes earlier? Why can't it be there earlier? I tell students who are staying in the hostel where you don't have individual toilets that are going to be there, common facilities. Earlier you get up, the cleaner the toilets will be. Simple logic, right? Lesser number of users, the housekeeping staff would have cleaned up the entire place. The earlier you go there, all the facilities are going to be clean and then very limited number of people there. You go to the dining hall also, earlier you go in the sense that you will be not many people out there, the quality of service is going to be better. So habits are going to be very, very important. I keep telling people, if your habits are good, for you to have good quality in life is not very tough. You got to be frugal, regardless of the amount of means that you have. I think that's one of the attributes that we would like to emphasize in PES. How are you going to be frugal? So the question that comes in is, multiple options are going to be there, but in the sense that we don't teach you how to smoke, how to drink, or how to do drugs. How do people pick up these habits? If you don't have these habits, then the expenditure that is going to be required to have good quality life is not going to be that much. If you have all these habits, you need money for that. If you don't have these habits, you don't need money for that. And if at all students are doing this, how did they get the money to do this? Because parents have never asked them these questions with regarding to saying what is the value of money. If you start asking the questions, at least if you put a condition for these children to say that son or daughter, please do whatever you want from your own earnings. That's a good condition to put. That's a good condition to put. Whenever you have earned enough, it's your own money, you want to do this, you please do that, but please do not burn my money. So very, very important that these kind of habits are something that everybody should cherish. I'm very happy about the recent trend in the world. I was told that lesser a number of youngsters are consuming alcohol in the developed nations, which is a very, very good trend. You want to emulate good practices, please emulate this habit. If the developed nation itself, the number of people in consuming alcohol is coming down, then in the sense that I think we should also emulate that particular habit. If number of people smoking cigarettes worldwide, tobacco consumption is coming down, then in the sense that we should emulate that particular habit. So habits are going to be very, very important. Every day to making sure that you have a habit of either taking a walk in the morning or a stroll in the evening, playing a game for an hour. These are all good habits that you need to have. One of the things that I encourage all our students to do is probably the finest recreation facility in any university campus in the country is there in PS. Every single student should make sure that you will at least pursue one team sport and one individual sport. Every student, boy or girl, it doesn't matter, should make sure that one team sport and one individual sport you will all practice while you are going to be there in campus. You need to make sure that it happens. There are events and activities that are planned. You can participate in those activities and enjoy being a part of these sessions that we have. The second thing that is there is in terms of M is mentoring. So this is very important. We have a faculty who is your mentor. But ultimately, one of the things that we tell people is, please make sure that you find a mentor with whom you can share your problems with, whatever kind that is going to be there, whom you respect. It could be your parents, it could be your siblings, it could be your relative, it could be a friend. It doesn't matter. But very, very important that you have a mentor with whom you can have that frank conversation with regarding the issues that you have. That becomes very, very important. If you can make sure that you have a mentor, and if that happens in PES, we'll be so happy that there is something like that happened to our student here. The third component that we are talking about in the second layer is technology. Very, very important. Of late, the advent of AI, the possibilities in the education space, I believe, is limitless. What you are going to be experiencing in the next 3 years or 4 years is going to be heavily influenced by the impact of AI on learning. If at all you are talking about any institution in the country which probably is more IT enabled than PS, sorry, there's nothing. We are there on top of the heap. The amount of IT that we use here, the amount of AI that we use in what we do is of a different order altogether. I don't think any institution spends as much as what we do. We spend close to around 45 crores per annum only on our IT backend. It is almost equivalent to 50% of all the salaries that we give for all our faculty put together is our IT spend in this institution. And that is required for us to do that to enable the quality of experience that we have put in place. And going forward, if you're looking at tools by which, in the sense that it's got to be an AI-enabled plus in terms of experience that can happen. Last Monday, I was shown a representation of what we do in PESU Academy for one whole subject using a standard reference book, a standard textbook, and the lecture notes of the faculty in the previous year as the basic content, how our PESU Academy populates the entire template that we have. AI is able to do the same thing in 20 minutes flat with the same RAG with a higher quality than what my best teacher can do. So how are we going to be engaging with AI when this is the kind of possibilities that are there? Now we are telling teachers, please use AI, create that particular content in that form, edit it, and make sure that it is going to be better than whatever is going to be the AI output that can come out of it. Trust me, going forward, there's going to be a lot more things that we're going to be doing within the campus using AI. And using technology, as I told you, is a double-edged sword. How many of you here have a mobile phone? Raise your hands. Students, everybody. If you're not raising your hands, you're a liar. Okay, pretty much everybody has a smartphone. Okay, already all of you have phones. Now, more interesting question: value of money. How many of you paid for your mobile phones? Raise your hands. Paid for your mobile phones. That means you earned the money and you bought it on your own. All these people, take them as student assistants immediately. Now talk to them, have that conversation, because your mentors in the first meeting, you need to talk to people, find out who are the ones who have already learned how to earn and what have they done to earn that. That's also important. How did they earn that money also? So once you get that particular drift, these are your first research and teaching assistants that you can use in terms of how do we engage with these people for various activities, and then in the sense that that's very, very important. So some courtesy that I have is something like this. If I have bought something not out of my own money and somebody else has given me money, don't you think that person has the right to look at the device? My question is this. Your mobile phone, you didn't pay for it. Your parents paid for it. How many of you are okay if your parents look at the content of your mobile device? Raise your hands. Hardly anybody. Very little. So you're a minority. That's what I'm saying. Look up and see around you and say you're a minority. Why so? Are you doing something that you should not be doing? So when we talk about the usage of technology, technology is a double-edged sword. The question that we have here is that in the sense that how much time are we spending on using technology, and is it for productive purposes or is it for recreational purposes? Can I control the usage of this particular thing? They say that you should have a time off before you sleep in terms of using technology. One of the things that I do in terms of trying to say, it's just not articulation of what I say, habits. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. That's all I'm asking you to do. I get up in the morning every day at 5:40 and I walk 15,000 steps every day. Please do what I do. It takes you 2.5 hours to do that. Every time you see, most of the time on campus, I walk around the campus, primarily because that's the easiest way to put on more steps. The campus is a beautiful, big campus. I see students standing in front of the lift as if they are handicapped people. And there, sometimes it's in the Department of Computer Science. The computer science is in the ground floor, first floor, second floor. So how is it that you stand in front of the lift? When I go into the lift, if somebody is there with me and then he gets in and presses 1, I keep him with him till I take him to the 12th floor. The reason is I'm trying to understand, why are you doing this? If it is possible, please walk, climb stairs, get downstairs, do this particular thing. These are simple things by which you can improve your quality of life, by your habits. How you manage your time, how accountable you are going to be for various activities. I think PS is a culture. Forever, whenever you're going to be graduating, you'll be known as a graduate of PS University. Don't tell the world you are PES University. There's nothing called as PES University. I get irritated. There is PES University. There's no PES or PESU. What is PESU? PES University. That is what we are a part of. Okay? So when you go out there, start articulating yourself properly. I'm a student of PES University. And then you build an identity for yourself. If there's something good about the university, tell the world about it. If there is something wrong about a university, tell your mentor about it. Isn't that common sense? If you are still very intelligent, if there's something wrong, say that this is from another college. All good things are from PS University alone. So the way to build a reputation of an institution is by ensuring that all of us understand we are together in this process. We are together in this particular process, and we'll try and make sure that PS is a better experience. With these few words, it's really a happy time for me to welcome you all into PS. Trust me, every single moment of my day or night will be only working towards how do I make the quality of student experience for students at PS better. Thank you very much and wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much, sir. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. And we hope and pray that many more orientation addresses you can address the incoming batch and with the same vigor and inspiration as you did today. It is once again time to applaud our young achievers for their talent and hard work. It is time to give away the CNR Rao scholarships for the students. I request the honorable dignitaries to join us in giving away the CNR Rao Merit Scholarships to the deserving students of the last semester. First, we have Prajna Lakshmi Bedatur from second semester B Design with an SGPA of 9.91, who is qualifying for the CNR Rao Scholarship last semester. Aditi Ashok Dikshit from second semester BA LLB with a SGPA of 8.5. Congratulations, Aditi. Next, we have Madhavi Sharma KR from second semester BA in Performing Arts with an SGPA of 9.6, receiving the CNR Rao Scholarship. Srishti R from second semester BBA in Business Analytics with an SGPA of 9.27, qualifying for the CNR Rao Scholarship. Sahana V from fourth semester BBA in Business Analytics with an SGPA of 9.09. Congratulations, Sahana. Charmi N. Reddy from second semester BBA in Hospitality and Event Management with an SGPA of 9.67. Khushi Suresh from fourth semester BBA LLB with an SGPA of 9.08 has also qualified for the CNR Rao Scholarship. Congratulations, Khushi. Desh Changappa HP from second semester BCA with an SGPA of 9.61 has qualified for the CNR Rao Scholarships. Ramita BS from fourth semester BCom with an SGPA of 9.3. Next we have Som Shekhar, second semester BCom with an SGPA of 9.13. Congratulations, Som Shekhar. Riya Saji from fourth semester BCom Honours ACCA with an SGPA of 9.85. Congratulations, Riya. Shraddha Holla from BCom Honours CMA with an SGPA of 9.13. Congratulations, the applause should be on. It's a great achievement. Aditi M from second semester BSc Economics Honours with an SGPA of 9.09 has qualified for the CNR Rao Scholarship. Last but not the least, we have Sharanya Gopal from second semester BSc Psychology with an SGPA of 9.71, who is a recipient of the CNR Rao Scholarship this semester. Congratulations to all the winners and the proud parents. Please promise yourself, new students, that next semester, next time when the inauguration happens, you will be here in their place. The official inaugural session is the first part of it is coming to an end here. We are very happy and thankful for all of your presence. We'll now move on to the second part of the inauguration, which is the orientation of the different programs. The orientation of the programs of commerce, economics, law, management, journalism and mass communications, psychology will happen in this particular venue, which is the Opera House. The students who are part of the BCA, who have opted for BCA, will have to move to GJBC 1A. Please note, 1A auditorium for the orientation. The students of design and the parents have to move to GJBC 1B. Again, 1B for the orientation. And the performing arts students have to move to the TDM studio, which is the Theatre, Dance and Music Studio. Our volunteers and faculty members are here to guide you. All those who are witnessing this in other venues, please note that you have to move to your respective venues. Once again, can I have all the faculty members and the volunteers here? BCA, please follow Dr. Veena. She and her team and the volunteers are there to take you to GJBC 1A. Design, please follow Dr. Chitra and her team, Dr. Smriti. They are here to guide you to GJBC 1B. And the students of performing arts, please follow Dr. Sushma and her team, who is there here to guide you, to take you to the TDM studio. All other students and parents are requested to be in this auditorium. All those who are witnessing in the other venues, if you are a part of the management, commerce, journalism, mass communication, psychology, law, economics, please move to Opera House venue. After the orientation, please note, after the orientation, lunch is being served in the cafeteria, which is down floor, and also there is a place outside the cafeteria where the lunch is served. I request all of you, including the parents, to please join us for lunch. 28th onwards, there will be 1 week long bootstrap events which will be happening. Attendance starts from 28th of July. You are all supposed to report at 8:30 a.m. sharp to the campus. The details and the schedule will be sent to you in your registered email, which you have registered during the time of admissions. Once again, let me repeat. 28th July, we'll start our bootstrap activities. Attendance starts from 28th July itself. You have to report here at 8:30 on the 28th of July. And the details will be sent to you in your registered email. In the meanwhile, I would request all the students and the parents alike to please download the PESU app from the Play Store. Please download it. Parents also, it's a special request. Please download the PESU app which is available. The credentials will be sent to you when the session starts. That is, the academic session starts on 28th or that week. You can record, you can see, you can monitor the progress of your ward through the PESU app. From the attendance, to the marks, to the scores, to the ESA, to the timetable, to the exam dates, to the fees, all other intimations comes through the PESU app. So please download the PESU app. And if anybody is left out, please join the design, the performing arts and the BCA team members and the volunteers who are there at the entrance. And please accompany them to the venue where your respective orientation will happen. The management, commerce, law, psychology, economics and journalism will be done here. I request the faculty members to kindly orient the people to go to the respective venues. Once again, the people sitting in other venues, I request the faculty members and volunteers who are in other venues, GJBC 1A, 1B and MRD, to send the students and the parents of the courses of management, commerce, law, psychology, economics and mass communication and journalism to Opera House venue. I request the faculty members and the volunteers to redirect the students without any confusion to their respective venues. GJBC 1A will be BCA, GJBC 1V will be design, and the performing arts students will move to the theatre dance and music studio, the TDM studio for the orientation. All the other programs, the orientation will happen only in the Opera House. So if any of your friends or family is in any other venue, kindly request them to please assemble in this venue, that is the Opera House. Anybody sitting in the top floors, if you want to come down, there are a couple of empty seats here. If you want to witness it a little bit more closer, it's your wish. We have a couple of rows because now the students of the other programs have moved out. So if you wish to come down, you can please come down. We have time of another 5 to 10 minutes. We'll start shortly. It's your choice. Whichever way you are comfortable, you can choose. If you have any doubts, please ask the volunteers and the faculty members who are present here. You can identify them easily. They are here at the corridors. The students are there with the ID cards. The faculty members are also there with the ID cards. You can please recognize them. Please go to them. Ask if you have any doubts. Once again, GJBC 1A will be BCA. 1B will be Design. TDM Studio is for Performing Arts. And all other programs of Management, Commerce, Law, Psychology, Economics, and Mass Comm and Journalism will happen here at the Opera House. I request all of you to kindly settle down as soon as possible so that we can start. Those who are moving down, again, please be quick so that we can settle down soon and we can start the orientation. The volunteers who are standing at the corridors, please send the people to the front rows first, the second row onwards, and then go back. The volunteers who are standing at the corridor, please direct the students to the front rows because we have a couple of rows here in the middle as well as in the sides. Let that fill first and then we can move to that side and the back. Those who are coming in, parents and students, kindly occupy the front rows. Kindly come forward. We have a lot of front rows vacant. Please come forward. We have a lot of rows here as well. There are some at the back as well. Couple of rows can be left, front seats can be left for the faculty members. You can maybe start occupying from the second rows. We have a couple of seats here, madam, as well. Yeah, please. Please occupy from the second row onwards. We have a lot of spaces here in this side, here in the middle as well. Volunteers, please redirect the students to the places which are vacant. We request all of you to settle down. Please leave the corridors vacant so that also who are coming are not in a rush mode. People standing at the corridor, please make for the students and the parents to come in. Kindly move this side. Those who are coming here inside, please come this side first. We have a lot of rows here. Parents and students can move to this side first and the back as well, and then start occupying the middle rows. The front rows, please keep vacant for the faculty members and the deans and directors and management officials. Second row onwards, you can please occupy. Here we have a lot of seats on this side. At the back also we have a lot of seats left. Here also in the middle, those who are looking for vacant seats. Please leave the corridors vacant. Please don't rush there. Please let the students and the parents come in. The people who are standing near the corridor, please make way. Please don't stand at the corridor so that we can smoothly transition and settle down fast for the orientation. Faculty members and volunteers, kindly redirect all the people who are coming into the vacant seats so that we can settle down fast and start the orientation. We have people coming from other venues as well. Request all to please settle down fast. We'll be starting the orientation soon. On the first floor and the second floor as well, I hope there are volunteers and faculty members who are directing you to the seats. Please don't leave any middle seats vacant so that we can occupy, accommodate more and more people. if the students can move inside, the parents are waiting. You guys can move inside if there is nobody sitting there next to you. Please don't leave any seats vacant in the middle. We have people coming in from other venues as well. Kindly make it convenient to move inside so that others can also sit. There are a couple of more seats down here and also at the top floor, people who are looking forward to seats. If first floor is filled, you can please move to second floor as well. I can see a couple of seats there. People who are sitting, please don't leave the middle seats vacant. Please shift. We have more parents and students coming in. It would be great help if you can support. Those who are leaving the seats, please move to the middle seats. Please don't leave any seats in between. We have a lot of parents and students coming in. We need your support in that. We have a couple of seats here at the back. Here also, in the second row. There, a couple of seats are left.
The first row on this side is empty. Yeah, Prasanidhi, if you can help some of them to be on this side. And I see a lot of vacant chairs in between. Madam Akshara, if you can help them to be, there are a lot of chairs I find in between. One is empty in between. Request your help because we have many people standing outside. If you just can move so that, we'll have the chairs in between. Thank you for your understanding. The second half of the ground floor, I have many seats empty here. The volunteers, Prasanidhi, I have at least 20-25 seats empty here, one in between. Professor Sachin, if you can fill the second half there, at least I can find 25 empty seats there, even on my right side. Prasanidhi, my right side is empty. Around 25 seats are available there.
Oh. Kindly occupy the vacant seats which are there in the middle. Faculty members, please, some of you, please help the students sit in the vacant seats which we can see from here. Please occupy all the seats. Please don't leave any seats vacant in middle. We have a couple of more seats here. I hope we have faculties and volunteers at the top floor, helping the people to settle down. There are a couple of more seats at the back. We can see from here in between 1 or 2 seats. Kindly give way for the people who are sitting. The last row in this side is also vacant, if I'm not wrong. The last row. The last row, the volunteers, please note. That last row is vacant. There are a couple of seats. Here also in the middle it is vacant. I don't know if somebody is sitting or not, but we can see a couple of seats more vacant. That side also we see at the back 1 or 2 seats. Request the faculty members to help the parents and the students to settle down fast. Request all faculty members to give way to the students and the parents. The faculty members who are seated, please give way, give your seats to the people who are coming in. Faculty members who are sitting in the audience, please give way to the parents and the students. We have more coming in. Faculty members who are sitting, I request all of you to kindly make way for the parents and the students. We have more people coming in. Request your support, please. Student volunteers, do we have any more seats at the back? No. In the middle row, here, this side. We see 1 or 2 seats left on the side and this front. Couple of them can occupy at the second half of the middle side. There are some seats vacant there. Second floor, do we have any seats left? Volunteers, second floor. Do we have any seats? No. It's full? Yes. First floor, we don't have any seats. It's done? Okay, done. Fine. We can give space to the parents and the students to sit. It's a request again to the faculty members. We can occupy some other space. Request all the faculty members to kindly move out so that we can make space for the parents. We have a couple of seats here. The people who are standing can come here if you want. Couple of seats. We are starting with the orientation. I request all of you to settle down. The orientation will be done by Professor Ajoy Kumar, the Chief Operating Officer of PES Institutions. I request all of you to kindly keep your mobile phones in silent mode. We'll be starting. After this orientation, we'll have lunch served. We'll have lunch served in the cafeteria as well as outside the cafeteria. I request all of you to join us for lunch.
Test check.
I request my technical team to kindly relay the short film on the Faculty of Management and Commerce, Law, Psychology, Journalism and Economics.
Welcome to PES University, an institution where innovation and excellence converge. At the Faculty of Management and Commerce, Law and Psychology, we shape future leaders, offering a holistic education experience backed by world-class infrastructure. Our sprawling campuses are designed to foster an environment where ideas flourish. Here at FOMC LP, we just don't teach concepts, we encourage you to live them. Our curriculum is designed to cultivate your critical thinking and problem-solving skills, offering a unique blend of academic rigor and practical exposure. The research is at the base of all the undergraduate programs at the FOMC LPJ, as they are encouraged to take up research projects with the experienced faculty members. Students have presented papers at various international and national conferences of repute like IIM Bangalore, IIT Kharagpur, and so on, and also made their mark through publishing in Scopus Index journals. The 360-degree learning experience at PESU can be experienced through the various experiential learning activities like hackathons, studyathons, readathons, and CXO talks and summits. These platforms serves as the breeding grounds of knowledge sharing, new ideas, innovation, and networking for our students. Inspire the students through stories of the people who have made it big in their field by interacting with them. Faculty of Management and Commerce, Law, Psychology, and Journalism has hosted more than 1,000 such eminent professionals who have created a lasting impression on our young minds. In terms of student achievements, we take pride in showcasing both the academic and co-curricular achievements of our students who always strive to excel in this competitive world. Raghunandan S, Shreyas S, Vasishtha R, final year students of law finished first in the civil trial advocacy competition. Anviksha Shakti Natarajan, Srishti and Anagha won the national moot court competition at BITS Goa. Anviksha Shakti Natarajan and Siddharth Kamath stood third in the NLU Assam Policy Drafting Competition 2024 in collaboration with the Indian School of Public Policy. Chinmayi Hegde's paper was selected as the second best paper at the 7th International Conference on Economic Analysis of Law, Governance and Public Policy at the Gujarat National Law University. The student of BCom Honours with ACCA, Ms. Varsha R, made notable academic achievement in terms of securing World Rank 12 and All India Rank 2 for the March attempt of her ACCA exam. The Department of Psychology PES University won the championship trophy for overall highest number of wins from a college at Paul Hirsch 25 hosted by St. Paul's College.
A huge congratulations to Nikki Prasad, second semester BBA Sports Management student at PES University, for leading India under-19 women's cricket team to T20 World Cup victory. As the captain, she showcased exceptional leadership, talent and determination, bringing home the coveted World Cup trophy.
The PESU mentoring sessions touch upon the academic, time management skills and employability and overall development of the students. The faculty and the entire system at the Faculty of Management and Commerce, Law and Psychology tries to bring out the best in each student through mentoring, which gives the right direction to our students and helps them to navigate their true north. At PES, education goes beyond degrees. It shapes ethical leaders, impactful professionals and change makers of tomorrow. Unlock your potential at PES University, where innovation meets excellence. Join a vibrant community of thinkers, creators and leaders of tomorrow. Step into PES, where your future begins and success becomes a tradition.
Welcome to PS University. PS University gives you a 360-degree exposure, be it indoor sports or outdoor sport. Whatever your forte is, you get to shine. From a cricket ground to a football ground to chess to badminton, we have it all here. Gym? Check. Sports facilities? Check. Competition to showcase your skills? Check.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know the morning has stretched a little bit, a little more time than what we would have thought would take. Sorry, we had a little bit of mix-up in trying to get some people from there, here, and here, there, because of the way we filled up our auditorium. Anyway, again, a warm welcome to PS and good morning or good afternoon, I should say. My name is Ajoy Kumar. I'm the CEO of PS University. What I'll do is the next probably an hour, I'll try to make it a little short, to just take you through what we have in store for you. And I think as partners in this, it is so important than ever before that parents, grandmothers and uncles and everybody come in trying to sort of educate our kids. It is going to be a team sport. And why? Because of the changing landscape that is there in front of us. And what that landscape is, what we are trying to do to navigate this is something that we will try to explain in these slides. Again, a warm welcome to people in the MRD auditorium also. One of our cherished spaces where we have spent many a time there. So again, welcome to the parents and students at MRD. Today, before we start off, right, today we want to know who are we addressing this to? You know, who is our target audience per se? Who are the people that we are looking at? Let's just look at a short clip.
My name is Prithvi, BBA.
Myself Shavali, I'm joining BCom Generals.
My name is Shreyas, and I'm BBA LLB.
My name is Aditya Jamadagni. I've joined BBA program.
Aishwarya, BSc in Journalism and Mass Communication.
I'm Janil, and I'm pursuing BCom ACCA.
I'm Namrata, I'm doing BSc in Psychology.
I'm Tanmay, I'm joining BCom Honors at ACCA.
My name is Pranav Nair, and I'm joining the BSc Economics course.
My name is Chivita.
BCom.
My name is Vida. I took BBA LLB.
Any of you here? These are the newer students. Any of you here? Good. These are the people that are joining. These are your classmates and who will be your classmates, the new people who had graciously come and participated in the photo shoot that we had done for them. Today we want to talk about disruptive technologies in education. People talk about syllabus, curriculum, and we talk about these kinds of technologies. They say, what is happening with generative AI? What's happening in the tools that we are using? What is it with remote and hybrid learning? Should I be here? Should I really be remote? Should I talk about the concept of what is skills-based and competency-based education I talked about? Is it an overused term? What skill should I learn? And personalized learning, the master of them all, how important it is for you to put in those hours of input. Next. Now, we used to use this slide in engineering, and we used to talk about Gartner's top technologies that were there. Now, I'm not so sure why this slide can't be used everywhere. And this is what the world we live in. If you see what is the kind of topics that are talked about here, those are not the topics that you signed up for. But this is the world we'll inhabit in the years to come. And this means, this is what they're talking about in 2024. When you talk about this, we are here to manage this. We are here to give economics to it. We are here to give support to this. We are here to excel in this. It is not for the engineers themselves to code now because of the kind of thought process and the kind of tools that are available today. It's not beyond anybody's reach now to do whatever you need to do. And that is why specifically we put this slide out here to say, that will be the modus operandi at PES, to make sure that you will go beyond your technology boundaries in your silos that are there to go and learn more and make sure that you're ready for the next millennia. Next. Now, this is a wonderful thing we want to say. See, look, we can talk about the number of good things we want to do, number of great things we want to do, and so on and so forth. But let's hear what our kids have to say about the number of hours they're spending studying.
How many hours do you study per day?
3 hours a day, 2.5 hours.
2 hours to 2.5 hours.
2 to 3 hours. 1.5 hours. 2. I'm not sure. It really depends on how close the exam is. So the closer it gets, the more I study.
I won't study only. Like I focus in cricket.
I studied for 2 hours. Studied for 2 hours. I study maybe a day before the exam or 2 days maximum. I spent 2 hours. I spent around 1 hour in.
It's mostly during the exam time. Not that much actually, since due to the holidays.
Before exams is the main thing.
I don't spend much. I barely I don't give a lot of importance to studies. Probably about 2 hours.
1 or 2 hours. So 2 hours.
So the seriousness only comes between the night of the exam.
2 hours.
Ranges around 1 to 2 hours. Around 1-2 hours.
I study the day before my exam.
Per day I spend 2 hours.
Few days before the exam.
So one beautiful thing about our students today is they are not afraid about doing anything. Yeah, I don't study. I will not study. I do only 1 or 2 hours. And at least I think the guys were a little bit more honest, I suppose. The people who are saying 2 hours and 3 hours every day, my God. We'd like to listen and hear to them. But what the concept really here is, what we are trying to say is, if you take a look at the disruptive trends in education, in technology, and if you are going to prepare yourself for that kind of a world outside, it is very important that you take these years and really make the most of it. Right? This thought process is what Professor Jawahar also was talking about and saying, please be accountable for your time. Now, the question that is there is, time management is a misnomer. It's not about time management we're talking about. The challenge is to manage ourselves. It could be with time, it could be with habits, it could be with hard work, it could be with money. But the fact is, manage yourself. And if you really take a look at that pie chart there, it clearly tells you the kind of work you have. If you really take one day, 8 hours you sleep. About 5 hours, 5 to 6 hours you spend in college. Let us give you 2 hours of commute, chalo. Another 2 hours to see Saas versus Bahu serial or the Korean whatever story. I think that's gone out of fad now. Those people came from 16 to 11 episodes now and, whatever the story that is there, right? But still, you have about 7 to 8 hours per day left with you unaccounted for. And that is not something that your parents have to keep reminding to say, what are you doing with it? The question is, what are you going to do about it? And if you don't ask those kinds of questions, please understand, the person next to you is asking those questions. And the person who is in China or who is in Russia is competing with you today and is asking those questions. And it's so important for us to understand that it is incrementally we have to become bigger and better. And that's what this pie chart is telling us, that you really need to focus on the story. That on the weekend, though, you have 8 hours of sleep and 16 hours available. Chalo, 4 hours gappe maro, 4 hours you see cricket, but at least you have another 4 to 5 hours that you need to spend on personal development. It is not about you studying. It is about you becoming better. And that is so important. Once you understand that you need to become better, whether it is studying, whether it's doing a homework, whether it's learning a new technology, other spending on your favorite, thing that you need to improve yourself, is something that will come to you. Again, this is a calendar of events that is there for everybody. So generally, when it starts in July and August, we tell you when the end semester exams happen. You can plan your holidays and your train tickets and everything else, because we will be sticking to this calendar. Please make sure that you manage your class hours, you manage your study hours. Collaboration hours is a very big thing. We talk about how to work with people as a team, how you should work together. And then the last one of them all, the me time and the self-actualization. So important. This me time that you have today is not to be always spent with friends, but the ability for you to take a step back and see what you want to do to improve yourself. Next. This is a wonderful thing, right? What are we here for? I want to be paid. Now let's listen what these young minds have. What do they want?
What is the expected pay package after you complete your course?
There are 26 to 27 lakhs per annum.
Or maybe like 20 lakhs per annum.
I am looking forward to a package around 18 to 20 lakhs.
Starting would be 15 to 20 LPA. As a freshers, I would expect for 10 to 15 lakhs per annum.
20 to 25 lakhs per annum.
22 to 25 lakhs per annum. Expecting around 20 to 40 lakhs.
Around 60 to 80 lakhs.
ನಿಮಗೆ ನಗು ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ? Aspirations are that. And I tell you something, we welcome that. We welcome that aspiration. I was so glad that girl said 60 to 80 lakhs. And it should, and it should be that. Why not? Here we are not ridiculing them. Why not? But the fact is, what will you do to get there? ನಿನಗೆಲ್ಲೋ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಚಾನ್ಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. No, we will never say that at PES. Ma'am, we're very happy that she's taken on a challenge, and I hope people don't. I hope I get to meet that lady, and I hope that she really does very well to get that. That will be the pride for us. Because I think having that aim, having that lofty goal, having that is very, very important. But the most important thing is, what will you do for that? Right? And let's see these. This is the story that we're talking about. The better you're at managing the number of hours you have, the greater the pay package. So it is very, very straightforward. How you manage those hours that you have a lot of free time, believe me. Too much free time. How you manage that will tell the story. Next. See, we talk about the concept of curriculum design, teaching, learning processes, assessments, and exposure. Lot of work has gone into designing your curriculum. We have people from the industry, we have people from academia, we have people from different other colleges. We also compare the syllabi of very, very good colleges in India and abroad and try to see what is that we need to put together to get this curriculum for you. And that is changed on every semester by semester. And during the semester, if we come across a technology that has come very, very fast, then we introduce a special topic right there so people get an exposure to the tool, or a workshop is conducted and so on and so forth. So this concept of the curriculum design is very, very strong at PES. You can be rest assured. And everything will be available to you in your coming slides. Next, go back. I'm not yet finished. Teaching, learning processes, we'll talk about it. What we do to help you through this, to navigate this kind of a concept. And the concept of assessments. The most important thing is how sanctimoniously we can do the concept of assessments. When you write your exam, how well we help in trying to make sure we give an environment where that is happening in a very, very pious manner. Make sure we give you feedback on that. The exams and assessments are not to always label you that you're a 9.0 or a 6.0 or a 7.0. For us, we have to use a yardstick to give the scholarships, and that is why these kids come out and take it. Otherwise, for us, in PES, everybody is the same. We want to give you feedback and say, look, what do you want to do about it? That's our thought process as far as assessment is concerned. I hope you'll want to do something better about it. Exposure, we'll talk about a lot of things that we do here for exposure. Next. Now, why PES? Program outcomes, we talk about the concept of X factors. What are some of the things that really distinguish us? What are we doing to help you that 60 to 80 lakhs, that 18 to 20 lakhs, that 5 to 6 lakhs, वो करने के लिए क्या करने का, येन मारबेकदके. These are the things we talk about. Case studies, case writing, research papers, exposure, worksheets, peer-to-peer learning, mentoring, and international hour. And I'll talk to you about what this Gurukul and this mentorship means, which is sort of to the side here, sort of go from there. Next. Little bit about each of these things. Please understand this. This whole thing at Faculty of Management Studies, law, and also psychology, the whole teaching is based on this wonderful concept called case studies. Everything is about how you take a case, learn from a real-life example, analyze it, and take a look at it. So, for example, in the management space, this Maruti Suzuki labor unrest case, what happened in that? Mahindra and Mahindra into the EV market, domestic and international. What did the Mahindras do? From there, what is the learning that you can learn? And from there, how does it tie up into the curriculum? From there, what kind of testing we can do for you? That is the story that will happen at Faculty of Management Sciences. Right? If you really take a look at management or commerce or psychology or law or economics and even journalism as far as concerned, you will be doing number of case studies on this. The way the case study is structured is, please understand that we have a case that people have to read. They have to come to class and write about the case study. After they've written it, those things are all taken and evaluated by the teacher. Next, you go into class and discuss. And class participation marks are given to you. So the thought process of studying, making sure you write every case, and then come to class and discuss that case. And why does that Gurukul emblem out there? Because this is all done without the help of ChatGPT. Right? I also had a couple of students who came from Santa Barbara University, a couple of them. a couple of kids who came down who talked about the fact that I have stopped using AI for almost a year now because I realized that it is really bringing my creativity down and my ability to express / even distinguish myself. So the concept, what we do here is you come into a class, no phones allowed, no internet allowed. We give you a book. On that book, you analyze the case, you write down, you come in, you upload it, and then discuss in the class, all without AI. The concept of Gurukul, because we're going back to those days of saying, man, please learn. That's the story that is there with respect to case studies. Next. Research papers. Again, we do about 5 per semester. And those, I don't know, just go back to the last one. Did it have the number of cases? I forgot to talk about this. 5 cases per subject. So that means you have 5 subjects in a semester. Each subject talks about 5 cases. Then you do about 25 cases in the semester. That means you have 25 real-world examples to talk about. Right after your first semester, if somebody were to interview you or somebody were to talk to you, you can talk about the Mahindra and the introduction of the EV in the domestic or the international market. What happened in Maruti Suzuki unrest case? The ability for you to talk technical becomes very, very relevant. Right? That's just in one semester, you will be doing about 25 cases. We call this concept of stories, conversations, and debate. Right? You keep trying to tell a story in class. Then you please try to have conversations on it, and then you start disagreeing with each other and so on and so forth. That's the concept of the case study we talked about. Next. Research papers. Again, what we do in case studies is we give you all these 5 different cases and 25 cases and all that good stuff. What we then do is try to take one of those topics and try to dive deep into it. And that is what we call as a research paper. And this research paper, we do about 5 per semester. Again, on industry opinion white papers, understanding in depth, case writing, in psychology, moot court, news report, different, since we are addressing a different gamut, a different thing with respect to commerce, management, psychology, law, everybody we are addressing, each one has a different flavor for them. But the concept of research paper, the concept of 25 cases per semester, and then taking that and diving deep into one topic and calling research, and that's the story that we are trying to say that, again, this is a Gurukul activity. That means, again, no chat GPT, right? The concept, again, is not that we are opposed to AI or using technology. Believe me, we have a number of activities which are solely based on AI and the output of AI and how fast you can do things with AI and so on and so forth. That's a different activity. These activities are meant, called Gurukul activities, to make sure that your understanding, your ability to comprehend, your ability to put things down on paper always improves. Next, the concept of worksheets. Now, what are these worksheets? We have these worksheets which are problem statements, small things that are a question and answers kind of a thing, which again we make you do 10 worksheets per subject, about 50 per semester. So basically, it could be application-based problem mapping to CA or ACCA or CMA, handling large data. In psychology, causes of behavior and anger and self-esteem issues. In law, solutions to constitutional crisis. Again, these are all aimed at sort of an interview kind of a question, right? It is for people to have a conversation to say, hey, what is this application-based? What happened in this firm or what happened in this company? And you start looking at this concept of trying to see, giving these worksheets out so to kids, again, they start understanding. Again, it's a Gurukul activity which without the help of any electronic interference at all. Again, the strength of it is to do case studies, to do a research paper, to do these worksheets and make sure that you do it so that you increase your thought process and your comprehension. Next. Then what we do is on all the case studies, there's a wonderful concept that we have done here called peer-to-peer learning. What is peer-to-peer learning? We have these case studies. We have to write all these case studies and have to upload it. Once you upload it, listen to me carefully. Once you upload it, that paper of yours, every student evaluates his or her peer's paper. Up to 5 papers, up to 6 papers, things like that, where you evaluate your friend's papers. Another 5, any 5 friend, because we use technology to strip the name out so they don't know which friend they're evaluating, and we give every student the ability to evaluate their friend's papers, up to 5 to 6 of them. What do we do this for? Very important, because you need to understand somebody else's point of view. In that concept of this Maruti labor unrest case, what did my friend think about it? What did the other guy? What did the other guy? So the concept is when you evaluate your friend's papers, at least 5 to 6 of them, you get an understanding of what their point of view is. And it becomes a powerful tool for learning. And that's why we call it peer-to-peer learning. At PES, why is it so important to do this? Is because you learn from teachers and you learn more from your peers. And that is why this is one of the flagship thought process that we have to make sure you understand different points of view. Now, where we are we today? At the end of every semester, I will be doing 25 cases, 25 real-world examples, 50 worksheets, 10 per subject. I will have 5 research papers, 5 peer-to-peer evaluations, and 2 one-on-one mentorships. This is my promise to you, that this is what I will be doing at the end of first semester. And of course, overall, first to 6 semesters, you will see, you will be doing 125 cases, 250 worksheets, 25 research papers, 25 peer-to-peer evaluations, 12 one-on-one mentorships. This is the extent and the seriousness in which we are taking our job that seriously to bring quality and the fact that you come to PS University every day very, very seriously. Of course, the 7th and 8th semesters for people who are in the honors program and who are pursuing their 4th, there's a lot more good things ahead of them, in store for them. We are also thinking about publishing a paper. There probably will also be some kind of a paid internship. We are researching those ideas. And of course, a good capstone project will also be done for them. Next. Now, we ask these students again. We ask them about their time. We ask them about the concept of, what their pay package is. But we really want to know what their career goals are. What do they want to become?
What is your career goal?
My career goal was to be an advocate, and my academic goal is to be a chef. I would like to be a chef because I really love traveling and everything. I love being in the tourism, and it fascinates me. I become a lawyer who specializes in AI laws and science.
I want to become an HR manager or an entrepreneur.
Well, I do not have a specific one right now, but I'm open for options.
I'm planning to do masters in counseling psychology later on.
I've not decided. I will decide in future.
I'm planning to go to a research field, and I want to join Nimhan's.
I want to be a successful CEO of my own company.
I want to be an accountant.
I aspire to work in Deloitte.
Maybe go towards a big consulting firm.
See, the thought process is always so refreshing to see these guys talk about it, right? The fact of the matter is that we said, you know what you want to be paid, you know what you want to do. These are some of the dreams and aspirations you have, and we respect that. And really, really good to hear these kids trying to achieve that. How are we helping you with it? And this is the story we have called job. We call it the job problems. It really stands for banana, orange, and jackfruit. Why did we have this wonderful concept called banana, orange, and jackfruit? Because we realized that we have to be a team in making sure that the kid understands and learns. So what I mean by that is, so the parent, the grandmother, or the mother, or a sister should be able to help you in this journey of 18 to 20 lakhs or 60 to 80 lakhs, because all the help you can use. Now, anytime we ask that of our kids, tumba complicated. You don't know what it is. I'm doing something so complicated. I'm planning to go to Mars. Whatever the story is, it becomes so difficult for the parents / well-wishers to connect with the kids. I'm sure all of you have experienced that. And that's why we brought up this wonderful concept for the parents to keep track of their children and be saying very simply, what did we mean by banana problems? Banana. Why we said banana? Because if a child has to eat a banana, it is the easiest thing for him to do. Maybe at a Tuma, maybe at about 2 years old, he learns to peel a banana and can eat. He probably needs to be at 5 or 6 or 7 years before he can learn to peel an orange, take out those seeds and eat that. And by the time he learns to eat a jackfruit, even we don't peel the jackfruit and go so. So we really said the complexity of the problem increases from the banana to the orange to the jackfruit. And we try to challenge our kids to say, how many banana level problems have you done? How many level orange problems have you done? And how many level jackfruit problems have you done? And we are asking the parents to also ask them, hey, banana problems, yes, madidyo? And it is not a matter of laughing. It is a question of understanding to help your kid to say, there is some measurement going on. The kid needs some form of measurement. So how many orange level problems did you do? Were you able to do a couple of jackfruit problems during the semester? You need not know what the technology is. You need not know what they are studying. But hey, have you done this level of problem? That is what, as a society, as a community, we should come together to help these kids be global citizens. That is why this thing was introduced. A banana problem is a very straightforward problem. When we do these worksheets, remember, on those case studies and so on and so forth, it is actually marked. It's a banana problem, it's an orange problem, and a jackfruit problem. So you get an idea of what kind of problem you're solving. Right? So you really take a look at the orange problem. It's a moderately challenging issue, and a jackfruit problem, intricate and multifaceted issue. What do I mean by this? This is the thought process that is there, right? So for example, a banana problem is analyze the trend of Alabama's income tax revenue over the past 10 years. Orange level could be the same problem extended. Analyze the trend of Alabama's income tax revenue over the past 10 years, decompose the time series and explore correlations with other economic indicators. The jackfruit, conduct an advanced analysis of Alabama's income tax revenue over the past 10 years, forecast future, So the understanding for our kids to make sure these are the topics you need to concentrate on. These are the kinds of research you need to do. These are the kinds of problem statements that you need to take a look at. This is what we truly believe in. And every one of your problem statements that you really do at PES, these are marked for you. And you will know that. And make sure that you solve a number of jackfruit problems per se. Right? Next. As placements, again, to help you with your career, what is it that we do? We take a look at aptitude test twice a month. What are aptitude tests? Aptitude test. Testing your aptitude. We take you to that. We have a dedicated 1,200 node assessment center. There are 1,200 computers which are there in about 20 plus rooms. And it is meant only for assessment. It doesn't double up as a lab. It does not, it's not used for anything else, but only for exams and assessments. Right? So if you really take a look at it, we do mock interviews by alumni who come into our organization and help with mock interviews. We do mock interviews by faculty mentor. Sometimes before when a particular industry comes on campus, 5-6 days before, or about 3-4 days before also, we do conduct crash courses in the kind of specialty that the industry is doing. Right? And then the concept of subject revision classes. Again, on the subject, trying to understand, because the interview is going to be asking all these things, right? And study forum and mock GD, mock group discussions. If people are supposed to say, talk and so on and so forth, we try to help you with the concept of what you mean by these group discussions are. And placement dashboard to monitor the progress. This placement dashboard was very, very successful in MBA. We've brought this down to the UG structure now, and you'll have this placement dashboard for you guys, which is keeping track of your progress every semester. That's what exactly it does, and I'll show you what it means. Next. We also take a look at trying to counsel you for higher studies, counseling for education abroad, seminars on opportunities and options, statement of purpose. This statement of purpose itself is what is the statement of purpose that you want to do. Today, it has become last year when I was giving this talk and I talked about statement of purpose, I was talking about you need to have a purpose and you should need to have a statement that becomes a very, very important thing that is there. And just in 1 year time, people say, sir, why bother? I'll ask Grok 4 or I will ask Gemini or I'll ask something to that effect. And that's what the reality is. But the fact is, internally, your passion has to be there. And that's what we're trying to talk about, this concept of of statement of purpose writing. Of course, CAT prep, we do some classes and things like that. Entrepreneurship, there are lot of entrepreneurship. There's a very big entrepreneurship cell. As you came into the building today, on the right-hand side, you can see another building, which is the Silver Jubilee building. And the first floor of the building was our old library, a big space of old library. That whole old library has been converted into a space for entrepreneurship. So basically, you have a lot of desks there for forming companies, doing things. We also have something called PESU Venture Labs, which also funds students in incubating startups and things like that. Right? Next. As far as exposure is concerned, believe me, there are plethora of things that we do as far as exposure is concerned, whether it means summer programs, mandatory internships, talks, networking activities. What do you mean by networking activities? The ability for you to listen to somebody. See, the thought process when you listen to these guest talks, I'll talk to you about it when the guest talk slide comes in. But networking with them, how do you network with them per se? Workshops and certifications. The concept of what kind of workshops in a limited span of time, within 48 hours, within 72 hours, within a week span, what is it that you can learn and challenge yourself with that? Psychometric tests, pre-placement training, forum activities, clubs and activities, hackathons, study-thons, summits, international hour. There is so much going on at PES, and I'll give you a little bit more proof of what all is actually happening. Next. These are the talks I'm talking about. Every week, something or the other is actually happening. I mean, some talk or the other is happening. There are talks in the class, there are workshops. All these people have been to PS University. When they come in here, I talk to you about networking, right? The concept is not about just listening to them and say, oh, okay, that's what the story is. The concept is to know about this person called Satish Manashande. What is the background of this advocate? What is he on LinkedIn? How is he on the social media? And maybe I can contact him later for an internship. Say, hey, look, I had a chance to listen to your talk, sir. Could I approach you to see if I could get a 2-month stint or a 3-month stint at your office to make sure that I can improve my skills? So this is what we mean by networking, the ability for you to connect. When we bring many people onto campuses, it is not just about you sitting here and listening to these lectures, but the fact that you take advantage of it to say, sir, I would love to listen to your talk again. It was very, very inspiring. When is your next talk, sir? Where is it? I'll try to come and visit you there, or I'll come and listen to your talk there. 3-4 talks like that, you go follow this person. He'll be truly impressed to say, man, this guy's a dedicated guy. If I can do something, I will try to do something for him. That is what we mean by networking. It is not about here today simply sitting and saying that there will be a company which will come and I will go in for placement and that's what it is. You will have to become innovative in all the different ways you can take advantage of the kind of exposure we are giving you. And, of course, we had Nagesh, who was very, very good. Of course, Justice Nagaratna was here, and Nagesh, the Shopper Stop story was a brilliant story to listen to by all our kids. In fact, when these people talk, we are also doing some AI to these talks to make some podcasts out of it, to give them some kind of a synopsis to what these talks are all about, and so on and so forth. And we are also exploring that, if we can send them some kind of a semester-wise activity thing to our parents also. And we'll try to see if we can do that for you. But wonderful people that are there. And when these people, believe me, they come with years and years of experience. Wonderful things to learn from. Next. Again, another host of people. And people who are there here are somebody with, pages and pages of resumes. You talk about Gopal Swamy, the former election commissioner, the CMO of Tata Soul, enough on Akhil Maheshwari, who was here. I mean, I'm just talking about some names that are there, but every one of them who comes in has had years and years of experience and pages of resumes to back them up. Next. And these are some brilliant stuff that we really do. We at least try to do 1 or 2 summits every semester. What is this? This is called the CMO Summit, where we said, what we really did here was that we invite sometimes 20 people, 30 people, 40 people. I think the HR one we had done had almost invited about 80 people on stage. I mean, onto the campus. When we get so many speakers, what do? We sometimes have a lot of it is panel discussions. So we have 5-6 chairs and people sit and opine and talk. How is that useful? Because my kids understand now how to talk, how to wait for another person to finish his point of view and interject properly, how to tastefully disagree, how you can agree to disagree, how do you go about talking, how do these people who are leaders in their field, when they come and sit and talk to each other, have a conversation within each other, how do they do that? This is the kind of exposure we need our kids to see. Very, very important. And that's why these panel discussions and these people coming on board, very, very important. And of course, the wonderful thing of all, networking. With these many people on campus who come in, because if you want to go see these guys anywhere else, you must probably have to wait for a couple of weeks to get an appointment. And now that they are here on campus and they're eager to help you out, and believe me, every one of these guys who has come and people who are there, even your parents per se, if any kids from Pakadmane Road in the Yarar Bandu, I need some help, I really want to take some advice from you, can you help me improve? Nobody says no. And so is it with these guys. The ability for you to be forthcoming, the ability for you to recognize your pitfalls, what is your strengths and what is your weaknesses. Be able to say, could you help me in this, even for PES, or to these people to say, look, how can I strengthen myself? What kind of advice you have? Having a conversation itself is very, very important. It will teach you and you learn more. Next. We've also had, this is another summit called the Brand Summit that we did with, again, a host of dignitaries that was done. We do one such, I think 1 or 2 such every semester in every different field. Next. We also had this particular, this was a very, very popular one, the Entrepreneurship and the Family Business Conclave. This is a wonderful thing. What we do here is the kids who have joined us, we try to invite their parents who are in businesses and ask them to come and have a talk. So we ask the kids also to have conversations. A lot of kids also participate in panel discussions here. And we really talk about the concept of what this means by family businesses that are there and how do you work on it, how do you improve it, what kind of innovative strategies that you can use. A lot of people who come in here and talk about a different concept, and so that it gets you going, gets you different ideas. Next. International hour. These are the kinds of international hour that we have had. The ability for you to listen to people from different parts of the world, right? Warren Blumfield, you have Pastor Regulus, he's from Philippines, that is from USA, again US, and this is from London. We've also had people from Africa, we've also had people from the Middle East. The ability for you to listen to these people from different points of view. If you were to listen to some person from Africa or the Middle East, their diction or their English may not be fluent enough. That doesn't mean their knowledge or what material they have to say is any less. So the ability to make sure that our students understand to appreciate quality. Very, very important. And these international hours are very, very popular because it exposes our students to a global understanding of how people perceive, how they put their ideas across, how they talk, how they present their theses or their thought process across, right? Next. Of course, we had Sai Deepak and, Mr. Satish Manishinde, who was, who handled cases of Sanjay Dutt, Salman Khan, and the big names that is there, who was there in our law fraternity. Of course, Sai Deepak needs no introduction at all. Next. The industrial visits. Again, we do call for industrial visits, and people who are interested take a look at it. See, please understand something. When we do call for industrial visits, you can always do that, right? And if you don't participate now, when will you participate? When will you get an opportunity to go to Bada company or to Volvo or to Toyota or to Coca-Cola and see what people are doing in their daily lives? It's not really always about the technology that the company is using. It is about going to the industrial visit, talking to a worker there, talking to the front office, talking to white-collar folks. How is your job? How is your daily life look like? What is it that you have for me? Is there some words of gyan that you can give me? That is the concept of an industrial visit. Going there, right there to their workplace, to their environment, and see what you can learn. And that's what the thought process is with respect to industrial visits. And many such things have been done. Again, we do about, I think, one every semester or two per se kind of a concept. Next. Again, the Niman's visit, why did we say jail visit? It's a jail visit. We go to the jail and take a look at the inmates and things like that kind of a concept. The psychology folks do. And the gratitude week. And believe me, the last one was really, we started psychology maybe about, some years back here at PES. And the first time the kids introduced something called gratitude week, I was truly became very emotional, I should say. Because the concept is what these kids did is they introduced something called the gratitude week. What they did in that week is they went to all the people and said, thank you. Thank you for being my teacher. Thank you for being a person who's been nice to me, kind to me. And I've never taught BSc psychology, nor have I interacted with these kids. I'm almost like a stranger to them. And they walked to my office and said, thank you very much for doing it. It was truly very, very nice. It really, that whole day or that whole week was so good for me because somebody coming and saying thank you changes your perspective, right? Doing things. That is what the be the I in kind. Very, very important. So some wonderful lessons that we learn from our kids also. I thought I'd mention it because that gratitude week still sticks with me to this day. Next. Of course, as far as the moot court competition is concerned, we conducted a national moot court competition this time. The picture again shows all the sitting High Court judges and the Supreme Court judge. You really see who are all here to spend time with our students, to give their gyan. Truly amazing to see the law at work. For me, from the corporate, sitting on the dais with these judges is quite revealing. Because there is such a hierarchy with these people that when the Supreme Court judge speaks and everybody will not speak more than him, and from the junior to the senior, there's a good hierarchy in the way they go about doing things. It's truly wonderful to watch and sometimes very nice to emulate also. Next. The economics and the policy roundtable, which happened, a lot of good stuff again. Next. The hackathons. If you get a chance, most of you have seen a PESU 52 space. There are a number of spaces in the 13th floor of the B block. We also have the basketball court in different places. These hackathons can be 24 hours. It could be 8 hours. It could be 12 hours. It could be 24 hours, 36 hours, and 48 hours. The 48 hours are a little bit more extreme fellows, but the fact is generally from 18 to 24 hours is a hackathon that we always have where a particular problem is given to you. What is the point of a hackathon? Again, a hackathon is not just for the fact, I'm in a hackathon. No, the hackathon is a thought process that is there. A problem statement is given to you, and you take and work on that problem statement, and you work on the problem statement for 24 hours to see how much can you learn in those 24 hours. And what we're trying to tell our kids is to say, look, man, if you can do that in 24 hours, imagine what you can do in a week. The concept is every time when you work, you'll be placed with something. Maybe you fly into Brussels, maybe you fly into Paris, and you are there with your company, and suddenly they say, hey, look, this other company has given an appointment. We need to prepare a presentation for them. We need to completely reinvent our product to show it to them so that we can sell that product to them. Maybe then it means that you spend the midnight oil trying to prepare for it, to learn more about it so that you're ready for the presentation on Monday morning when you come to know of it on Friday. That ability within a short period of time to produce a very good quality output is the thought process of a hackathon. It is not just there because it's 24 hours and we'll play music or whatever. The concept here is within a short period of time, how can you increase your knowledge? How can you put an idea across? How can you gain so much that when you talk to that person 24 hours later, you are a much learned, much informed person. Next. Again, the mental health week, the psychology department does. Again, a very, very important thing, concept that the psychology students do. The concept of mental health is becoming more and more important and more critical than ever, I should say. The ability for us to showcase this week and bring importance to this, to make sure that kids require help or need help or get the help and so on and so forth is something that they do. Next. These are the clubs we have. Something called, the PESU Jags is what you're going to be called as. This is our mascot. Number of clubs are there. We have about 3-4 dancing clubs. We have debate clubs. We have MAN societies. We have technical clubs. You name it, kind of a concept. What we ask you to do is please participate. Please participate in it. Number of opportunities available for you. It only increases your knowledge, the ability to work together. Why you come to a university is to work together to get the 360 kind of improvement and development per se. And that is what Professor Jawahar was talking about, how you need to play a sport. There are sporting clubs and so on and so forth that are there. Please spend time on campus. And this thing always keeps trying to tell you again and again, you please take as much, because we're trying to see if we can get the library to be open till 11 p.m., maybe even longer going forward. What we are trying to tell to our students is, the more time you spend on campus, the more time you will be learning. Please spend your birthdays on campus and not in Indiranagar. Very, very important. Because I can make sure in campus they will have a fun time. We almost have about 6 cafeterias here. The people here also understand a souffle and understand whatever pasta you want, whatever French dish you want. Korean, we are getting there. We'll get there. But the fact of the matter is that we have stuff here. What can I do with your birthdays here? Make sure you clearly will not be doing anything which you should not be doing. Drugs and no alcohol will be there, and you will have a pleasant and a wonderful birthday on PS campus. So I invite you again all, please do that. Right? No applause for that at least. At least parents, I thought, would be enjoying that. Right? Thank you. Thank you. Next, campus life. We do have that also. I mean, the number of exposures I showed you, a lot of things we do. It's not just studies we do. A lot of campus life is there. Next. The program summary 2, again. Remember, we talked about the case studies and research paper and we did the worksheets and so on and so forth. Here, we do at least about 6 guest talks, 2 club activities, 1 hackathon, 3 study-thons, 3 industrial visits and 1 summit. For the total 1 to 6 semesters, you will at least be seeing about 30 guests. This is in your field only, but if you really want to see guests across psychology or across MBA, that number will go up to 100 to 150. Right? So 10 club activities, 5 hackathons, 15 study-thons, 3 industrial visits, and 5 summits. The 7th and 8th semesters also. Wonderful stuff is there. Lot more help for placement is also given to the 7th and 8th semesters. The people who spend the 4-year degree with us. Next. Now, the concept is we ask these kids, why did you want to join PES? What is your reason for joining PES?
Why did you choose PES University?
I chose PES because of the extracurricular activities and the great campus.
I feel like the extracurricular activities here and the academic influence is really strong, so I wanted to join it.
PES met my expectations, including the sports and the course I've chosen, so that's why I chose PES.
I think the faculty is good and I like the infrastructure. I think PS is a place for me. PS because this is a college where they not only value your educational growth but also your personal growth. And I feel like I'll graduate as a person who I've always dreamt of becoming.
PS because I've heard it has very good teachers and all who help you along the way as you grow. So honestly, I think it's a good option for me. So as a learner, I can get new skills, new knowledge and everything.
So apart from the beautiful campus, I think I've always been a part of extracurricular activities and I will be able to balance both of them out.
Now that you've heard them, let me tell you why you've joined PES, right? What we are always trying to tell you is if you focus on results, you'll never change. If you focus on change, you will get results. Please understand you have to change. Because in the second slide or the third slide I showed you about those technologies, the one statement that was on the right, which I did not read, was it says today's college graduate is expected to have about 18 jobs. I see 6 careers over 18 jobs and things like that over the next 6 years, 8 years, it said. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But the fact of the matter, what we said was change is the only thing that is constant in your lives. Because every 3 years, 4 years, things change and how you adapt to it, you need to understand. And that's what we're trying to say. Don't focus on that result that is there. Focus on managing yourself and focus on changing yourself, and that's what you'll get there. Next. Yes, these are all the different things that are there in PES. Yes, we do the case studies. We have job, the jackfruit, orange, banana problems, the X factors, the mentorship that is happening, Gurukul, PESU Academy and PESU Playbook. In fact, if you really see PESU Academy there, that's how we started off. And we started introducing the I there within the A, which is actually called the PESU AI Academy. Right? That's what we want to really tell you where this world of ours is going, kind of a concept. Next. This is about PESU Academy. As far as PS University on-site is concerned, why did we say on-site? Because we always said during the COVID times, it was always about a lot of online. And we at PS University don't believe in this online process. We are saying on-site because this is where you come in, you learn from your peers, you learn from the people, the students, and you learn from the campus, and that's where you go to. That doesn't mean that we don't have a very strong online presence. Our online presence is very, very strong. Next. On day one, this PESU Academy has these things. For example, in this course called Brand Management, it has about 5 units and all these different topics in this. It's actually a student portal where AV summaries, live videos, slides, notes, assignments, question banks, question answers, multiple choice questions and references. Everything is available to you on day one. For all the years from 1 to 6. Of course, the live videos will be the year before, but that is available to you. As far as online is concerned, we are a very, very strong university with a strong presence. The question that is there is, what are you going to do with it? Right? That's the thought process I'm talking about. This PESU Academy is a portal, student portal for submissions, for attendance, for progress, for your CV building, and for communications. Next. This is what I mean by live videos. As Professor Jawahar was saying in the morning, we have close to about 2,000 plus cameras on site. In that, about 200, 300 cameras are specialized cameras which we put in these classrooms, which records each and every class of this, the classroom that is happening every day. Could you please play that for me, please?
It's multiplied by holding cost per unit per year. I know that it is.
So these are actually videos of the classroom. So basically, if you see somebody throwing an airplane, you will see it here. If the class is noisy and if it is not going okay, you will see it here. Which means to say at PS, we are extremely transparent. What you see is what you get. And these are all available for you to see from home. And let us say you've missed a class and maybe you don't need to call that friend of yours to find out what's happening in class. You can look at these videos and get an idea of what kind of an assignment or what the teacher had to say. In addition to this, we call something called audio-visual summaries. Yes, the whole class to see becomes a problem for the kid. And he'll say, oh, do I really have the patience for it? What we've really done is generate this thing called AV summaries, where a teacher goes into a studio, uses OBS, one of the freeware softwares that are there, and conducts this class and summarizes the class in 10 to 12 minutes. Anywhere from 5 to 12 minutes, he summarizes his class. And these videos are very, very popular during the exams. I'll show you what I mean by that.
Any act or performance that one party can offer another that is essentially intangible and it does.
So these are things, again, there is a lot of graphs and this and that comes in with the professors. Each of the professors for each of your subjects, for each of your classes has taken the time to do this, right? Very, very powerful online stuff that we have here at PS. Again, the concept is you've got to manage it and you've got to do well with it. Next. Again, as I talked about ISA internals that is there, every time, every 4 weeks or 5 weeks, you have some tests. We take you to this 1,200 node computer center and we give you multiple choice questions. You can see 20 questions on my right and you can see each one of these questions put out there. This is, of course, about data structures. But the fact is, these multiple choice questions are given. And why multiple choice questions are given? Because when you go in for your placement exams or when you go in for GI or GMAT or whatever the case is, of course you can't do it after. When you do that, it'll all be multiple choice in nature. And writing a multiple choice paper versus writing pages and pages is different. And that is the concept that we are trying to show, how important for us it is that you learn this way, and therefore we expose you to this concept from the first semester itself, right? Now the concept, again, this is all done automatically, grading is done automatically and so on and so forth. Next, as far as end semester exam goes, right, we are contemplating in Faculty of Management Sciences to see the possibility of open book exams. In the MBA space, all our exams are open book in nature. You don't have to really mug anything. You bring a couple of textbooks which you really like, bring it out there, sit, and you can have an open book exam. In the undergraduate space, we are still contemplating that because we want little bit of learning to happen in the space, a little bit of memory to still happen with the kids. So we're contemplating that. Maybe introduce one of them is the thought process that we have. But otherwise, this concept of ISA, the ESA is the end semester exam where every question that you answer, we strip out the question. So if there are 100 people who answer question 1 to 5, we take out the answer of question number 1 of all the 100 kids. We take out the answer of question number 2 for all the 100 kids and give it to a professor to evaluate. That is what we call by OAT, one answer at a time principle. So when a professor is evaluating the question answer paper, he's just evaluating one answer, that same answer for all the kids. So his bias will be less, and issues will be less per se, kind of a concept. So that's why, this particular thing is a hybrid exam also. That means either you can write it or you can type it in. Right? Both. The end semester is both. Either you can write on the piece of paper or you can also type the answers in or mark the answers in. Next. The PESU Academy again has the results. And this is an important one in the center. And of course, you also have the end semester grades, and that is happening there. This is an important one because what actually happens is that when you take a look at the exam, today it is not always about 95% and 98% today. It is about where you stand in the class. How well did you do in the class? Oh, that paper was very tough. The paper was very easy. Well, it's very easy for you to see here that people who are 35 to 40, in between 35 to 40, there are 51 people who got. If you really take a look at 30 to 35, there are 35 people who got. That means to say, you know the distribution of the kind of marks that has happened in your section. So you clearly say, what we are trying to really say is, don't worry about the 95% or the 9.4 GPA. Just please move from left to right. Keep improving every semester. Every semester, you do incremental improvements, and that will what your story will be. Next. Again, it has the concept of attendance, calendar, timetable, and all that stuff that is happening. Everything is available. Next. This is the placement dashboard. Very, very important. This is a dashboard where you log into PESU Academy and start writing what you did every semester. See, one of the first things, I'll talk about LinkedIn a little later, but the fact of the matter is, what are the kind of case studies you did? What are presentations you did? What are the kind of research you did? Because when the company comes to look at interviewing you, you will know what needs to be talked about. We are also thinking about exposing this to the companies when they see which was the top cases. Out of the 25 cases that you did in that semester, which are the top 2 cases that you thought was very, very good? What are the research papers that you're very, very proud of? What are some of the problem statements that you have done, which is something that you can really talk about? Again, the food for the thing is, the thought process is that give you enough material so that somebody coming to evaluate you will be inundated with the kind of knowledge that you have. Right? That's the thought process of this placement calendar. Again, you really see the participations of all the events here. So again, the company will say, hey, how many hackathons have you attended? I've got 2 or 3 hackathons under my belt. How many international hours have you attended? So they'll say, what do you mean by an international hour? And you can explain to them what an international hour is. And in that international hour, when that gentleman from US was talking about, these were the highlights. Now you suddenly see the conversation between you and the person that who's interviewing you. It's no longer an interview. It has become a conversation. And that is what we're trying to get our kids to say. You should never go in for an interview. In your life, you should go in for conversations. Because conversations means that you will get 50 to 60 lakhs per annum. Interview means it's a different story. Yes, you start off small. Yes, it will be an interview first. But as you go in your career, understand when you want to jump companies, when you want to do things, it's not interviews, it is conversations. Because when you become so good, people want to listen to what you have to say and see how you can help their company. Right? And that's one of the thought process where the right-hand side and the left-hand side tries to do that. And we've been doing this successfully in MBA for some time now. And we'll be introducing this first time here to the undergraduate space. Next, mentorship. I think extremely, extremely important. When you talk about mentorship, there are about 20 questions people ask you in the areas of academics. Classes are going fine. Do you need help in anything? What is the problem you have? As far as time management, talk about time management. We talk about finance, need versus desire. In the finance story, Professor Jawahar spent a lot of time talking about how you need to spend money and so on and so forth, right? And it's very important that we understand that. We take a look at networking, we take a look at the resume and mental health. And these are conversations that are happening with somebody. So again, parents, you can always talk to them, okay, what happened in your mentoring session? What did you talk about? Well, can you talk to me about the same thing? Very, very powerful. It's very, very powerful for you to have some kind of a conversation with a kid. What was there in your mentoring session? And if you choose to do so, you can probably take a look at the mentoring notes also. These are all notes that the teacher also puts in case. And you can have a conversation to figure out, okay, is this what he said, what the story is? And you can have that insight into what your kid thinks and what he wants to do. Next. And there are cases where the kid says, I don't want my parents to see it, and we have to respect what the kid says. But just trying to let you know that we do have cases like that and take it from there. Again, collaboration, number of companies, the nature of collaborations. What do these companies do for us? Give us live problems for hackathons, consultancy, projects, training, summits and workshops, invited lectures, minors and specializations. So these companies, what do we want from them? Not just jobs and not just internships all the while. The ability for them to give us real world problems, for them to give us consultancy, for them to really talk about coming to our summits and workshops, right? And sharing their gyan, sharing their experience to our kids. Very, very powerful. Again, an extremely important slide. Remember I talked to you about LinkedIn, I'll talk to you about it later. This is something at FOMC we really spend time on, the concept of a digital footprint. It is not Facebook, it is not Instagram in your professional life. Right now, there is one medium, it is LinkedIn. And in LinkedIn, people are looking at what you are doing. You cannot go there and say, Hail Hitler. You need to be responsible into how to show yourself to the in the social circles, in the social media, and so on and so forth. This, we make sure that every kid has their own LinkedIn space, and they start updating their spaces regularly. Every time they listen to a lecture, every time they listen to some kind of a talk, they try to update it. Because at the end of the day, somebody hiring you is looking at your social footprint. When he takes a look at it and takes a look at LinkedIn, oh my God, look, listen to all these people. This is the kind of books he reads. This is the kind of intentions that he has. It becomes very, very powerful per se. If you really see the Sridhar Bengaluru, when the chief operating officer, when he had come to talk to us, again, he talked about the kind of topic, the talk that he gave us. Students which says, hey, look, I was so thrilled to join, and the ability for us to market oneself. Next. Again, the digital footprint talks about the different thought processes that are there. This is again Nagesh from Shopper Stop who was there, who gave us, some of them are very, very kind to put some things about PS University and the kind of students they've met and so on and so forth. Very, very powerful for you, because if you want to get that career goal you're talking about, this is the story that we're talking about. Next. Again, this was PwC Gregory Profeta who was here. Wonderful, future is bright, and I'm excited to see what's next. Wonderful blobs that they put in their LinkedIn sport, and if you were to tag that, you have the connects that are there, and you never know how these connects will become important in the days to come. Again, as far as outcome-based education is concerned, this is the story I have to tell you. Over the 6 semesters you spend with us, you'll do about 150 cases, 250 worksheets, 25 research papers, a bootstrap activity, 30 guest talks, 10 club activities, 30 peer-to-peer evaluations, 18 one-on-one mentorships, 5 hackathons, 15 study-thons, 3 industrial visits, and 5 summits. But do I really do all that? Are you sure I do all that? Next. Now, what we did was, when we did all these activities, we said we need to put some order around it. And that's when we designed something called the PESU playbook. We said, which are all the Gurukul activities? Which are all the placement activities? What are the kind of experiential learning / exposure we're getting? What are the assessments we have? What are the other things we have? And we also did one more thing called quality control. In quality control, we talked about, whenever we do these activities, how well is this activity being done? As far as mentorship is concerned, we also want to know how well is that activity called mentorship being done. Something has to be looked at. All those put together, we said, these are all the things we are promising our kids. So in that case, what should we really do? Next. This is what we did. What we did is, there is a detailed calendar available for you on day one, which clearly tells you when the case studies are, when the worksheets are, when the research paper is, when the week of a possibility of a hackathon would be, when would the study-thon, all the exposures, everything that we have promised you is there on this calendar for you on day one. So you clearly know what your chart is, what your roadmap is for this semester, and you can plan those activities. And the beauty of it is, this is available for all the different sections like psychology or law. And if you like something in there, you can always take permission to attend that particular event or attend that particular story, right? That's very, very important. Of course, we made a pun out here. We said on Ganesh Chaturthi, you have to have this kind of a concept. Really not. Not really. I mean, we just put it out there just to get a joke out of it. But the fact of the matter is, yes, you can see every day something or the other is happening. And then that's what we mean that studying here at PA is all about. Next. I just want to, a couple more slides. We'll talk about what our current students feel today. What is your name? Say. Go ahead.
What is your name and which department are you from?
My name is Yatharth DM and I am from BCom Honors, International Accounting and Finance, accredited with ACCA.
I am Shreya from the Department of BBA in Business Analytics.
Noor Mohammed, BBA Hospitality and Event Management.
Tarunika, BBA in Hospitality and Event Management.
My name is Pratham. I am from the Psychology Department.
I am Shreyas, BCom Honors, International Accounting and Finance, ACCA accredited.
Adya, I'm from BSc Psychology.
My name is Avnika. I'm in BSc Psychology.
How has PS University influenced your daily routine?
PESU has influenced my routine in a very positive way. It has taught me the importance of academics, which I deeply value now.
They give the structured plan for my entire semester, which helps me a lot to plan my whole year accordingly.
PESU has influenced my routine in a very great way. It has been fixed now, so it keeps me engaged and keeps me busy all the time.
PESU has influenced my routine in a more of an intrinsic way. It has built my confidence, helped me take bold decisions in terms of my career choices.
A lot of regards to PS University because my routine from the past, and if I look at myself now, I'm a complete different person. So including with the starting my day until the ending of my day, I've been busy in a lot of events and I've got an opportunity to be in one of the biggest events, which is the Amateur Manager.
How has your CV improved since joining PS University?
Well, PESU has given me a lot of opportunities to participate in many competitions and summits. So my CV has improved having a lot of certifications and achievements.
Because of a lot of opportunities that are being provided by the university, I feel like there's a lot of scope for leadership opportunities, which makes a great CV, I would say.
So my CV, if I have to say, so once I completed my 12th grade, it was somewhere in 2 pages with some certifications and some achievements from the past. But I would say I am standing with around a 5 to 6 page CV in the 3rd year of PS now, and a lot more to add on to that.
For me, the CV has drastically improved.
How does your digital footprint look like?
Because of my improving CV, I have been able to make a LinkedIn account and I constantly update it.
All the various activities and accomplishments that we have attained at PESU, it has helped us improve our profiles on LinkedIn or various social media platforms.
My digital footprint has grown drastically via LinkedIn. So joining PESU because of a lot of networking events.
A digital footprint, according to the LinkedIn strategy, my LinkedIn is on point and I have a lot of connections.
My LinkedIn has grown exponentially. I've got over like 300 connections as of now with a lot of managing directors. So my digital footprint pretty looks good at this point.
And LinkedIn being a professional booming social media, it has helped us connect with people belonging to different professions and help us also grow our connections.
Which was your favorite industrial visits, summits, CXO talks, and why and how it benefited you?
A conference on corporate and criminal law.
My favorite industrial visit has to be the Decathlon because the overall experience of understanding how they run such a huge organization throughout the entire world was just quite inspiring for me.
The CFO Lounge was an addition to my CV and my experience.
In Sula, it's a big scale vineyard out near the outskirts of Chandpatnam.
When we visited a destitute home called Home of Hope, because we were able to understand and experience and empathize with the inmates over there.
It has to be Akshaya Patra. We got to know about how such a huge organization operates in feeding a lot of people.
Which is your favorite case study?
My favorite case law is Keshavan and Bharati versus State of Kerala.
My favorite case study is the Samsung case study from Harvard.
My favorite case study would be the Apollo Tires case study.
My favorite case study is about crowd management.
So my favorite case study was about Samsung and Apple.
Favorite case study from the psychology subject was called Anna O.
So my favorite case study is the Triple Talaq case study.
So again, I think the thought process here was the language of the students as they pass out. What is it that they want to talk about? What is this case study?
What is your name?
What is research and so on and so forth? A very, very powerful thing to talk to somebody across the table, especially on an interview. Again, we have something called the self-actualization strategy, awareness, goal orientation, initiatives, learnability and ethics. It's about understanding who, what, when, the higher studies, the summer programs, reverse engineering, the learnability skills and also ethics. Again, framework to make sure that you can spend your time fruitfully here and make sure that you improve self. Next. Now the concept here really is about the agenda. The concept is we have told you what all we are doing and how we are doing it and so on and so forth. The concept is, what is your commitment? What is it about you that you want to become? What is your vision and core values? What is about your CV and AI and future plans? What is it about artificial intelligence and how is it that you're going to take advantage of it and what your future plans are? As far as the AI is concerned, there are many activities planned where you learn to learn different tools, learn to code, learn to create different applications and so on and so forth that you'll all be exposed to. But again, using it judiciously, making sure you learn is the thought process here at PESU. Next. Of course, there are a lot of these slides have been put together by a lot of people who have done a lot of work here at PESU. I really try to ask all of you to give a wonderful hand to all the faculty that have done good stuff for us. Thank you very much. And again, thanks. Next. Again, thank you very much for being there. I know it's already late, so I'm trying to rush up the last few slides so that you can get your lunch. Thank you very much for being here at PESU and welcome to PS again. Thank you.
Your kind attention, please. Lunch is being served. Our faculty members and volunteers are outside to guide you. It is served in the GJBC cafeteria. That is one portion, and the other half is outside the cafeteria. There are two arrangements.